Let me get all situated here. See our channel. Yay. I am Wiley. This is our Savage Riffs campaign. With me, as always, is Deyton, the goodest boy, and Mitch, the shiniest boy. We are playing a Savage Riffs campaign, which takes place in a post-apocalyptic Earth future with magic and monsters and mecha and all kinds of things. It's pretty crazy. There's also crazies. Our group has been working for a castle, a group of progressives and refugees from the craziness of the world, trying to make the world a little bit of a better place. But they're under attack, and they have been tracking down an evil shifter who summons demons and leads armies of creatures to assault the good peoples that are left of the earth. So I think we'll just a small recap of last session. You guys had got back, right? You had an oracle, an AI construct, magical AI construct from another world. You found her a body. Whoops. But she left a shard in your glitter boy. So you are now the proud father of a small little AI-lit.
What'd you name this one?
Pythias, but I'll probably still call her Sugar.
Call this one Sugar, the other one Honey? Yep. So...
That seems the southern thing to do.
All right. You had just gotten back from the mount. You have all of the locations that the shifter has been to. You see pretty much she can bring up a heat map of everywhere he's gone. You see a lot of him at the mines. You see a lot of him at his fortress. A lot of them in the Devil Hills. But then there's other places around that he's been to. There's only one other major concentration, and it's to the south. The south. So.
I feel like the way he was like, the south.
The
should
south.
Probably look in the south.
I think at this point it's the only way we have really to go, if I'm not mistaken.
You still have that,
Sorry. I'm like, what?
He's doing stuff over there.
The computer's crazy. I don't know anything about computers.
You still have that one valley that shifts in and out. Mm-hmm. That might have been a point of interest, but it doesn't seem like he has been there, mm-hmm. but it doesn't seem like he focuses on that.
Plus, it was dangerous as shit.
Right.
So, if he's not, we don't think he's there.
If you don't think he's there, you should probably not go there.
The other high concentrated areas, though, like the mines and his
fortress.
We've done damage.
We've already kind of let known that, like, hey,
Yeah,
you know about these places and we will pick them up.
Yeah, you've flooded the mines. You've destroyed his fortress. The Devil Hills are now crawling with Splugorth. So there's not a whole lot of places for him to go. So like that seems probably like his last refuge.
And some of the shifter forces were caught by the Splugorth, right? Like
they're fighting. Yeah, the brodkil are fighting the Splugorth.
So they're not aligned, is what
right.
Yeah.
The brodkil just love to fight. It seems like they're trying to let the Splugorth do as much damage as they can, but they're receding as the Splugorth are moving into the area. But they just love to fight, and they're fighting them anyway. So
it just sucks to have Splugorth.
Yes, that is not a fun thing to have around.
We were told by Elavals last time that we will eventually have to deal with that.
Yes, you will.
No.
But for now, the shifter.
Yeah, you got to get rid of this.
Who possibly lies in the south.
Lies in the south.
South, you say?
South.
So don't we have to give a name to our transport pilot? Didn't we?
No,
we do.
His nickname was Honeycomb.
No.
Oh, no, he wasn't. That's right.
Honeycomb
That's right.
is different.
So,
if you were watching last session, we couldn't name the pilot of our transport, even though we had interacted with him quite a bit. And you posed the, bonus points or whatever for the right answer if you dug through it. I dug through it a little bit. I spent some time going through and trying to figure out where we were and stuff like that. And you admitted after I kind of figured out we didn't ever name the guy because we did get in, but he's become a part of the group now.
Yeah. Honeycomb stole the transport because they weren't going to let you use the transport the first time. It was too dangerous to take it to the Devil Hills. And Honeycomb's like, I can fly that thing. And he took you out there on it.
And that's not who the current guy is.
But that's not who's the real pilot for the thing who's been helping you since then. So now we get to name the pilot.
Silly NPC naming session 18.
Yeah, session 18. Inconsequential NPC naming. I think it should be Christian.
I like Ralph.
Because you wanted to give him a good Christian name. That's not his Christian name.
Christian or Ralph, huh?
No. What's your vote?
I don't know. I was thinking more of a Jimbo.
Jimbo?
But I'm already James.
He's already kind of got the...
Yeah, but this is Jimbo.
That's actually a pretty good argument. I hate saying that. Jimbo.
I mean, we have a Bob the frickin'...
No, it's Jimbo. I can't...
Bob?
He'll always be Jimbo now.
Oh, Bob the Borg. Yeah.
Yeah, Jimbo.
Robert.
I'm down.
Jimbo.
He's like, no, he painted the word Evan Rude on the side of his transport.
So it's not like a lot of us refer to you as Jim or James, even. No. I keep accidentally calling you Kevin.
It's alright. I keep calling you Beats to the point where you wrote it on your character sheet.
It's Rocknug.
Rocknug.
1,000 apologies.
Well, I guess we should... one last announcement before we get into this is that we're picking up another streaming day.
We are.
So, starting, I believe, tomorrow.
This is Robert now?
As far as I've talked to him today, it seems like he's in. We'll ask him when he gets on
when he starts watching.
But tomorrow we will start our D&D campaign with Mitch, Deyton, myself, and our friend Praxis, otherwise known as Robert. So, you guys have your suits all fixed up. You've got Pythias in there. You've got your armor all shiny and nice. You got your grenades restocked. You got guns. Is there any other guns that you might want to look at or anything? No? Just keep the railgun.
He's saving up for an armor.
Yeah, he is saving up for armor. So,
I just feel good that my armor, my ammo says 100 for once. Thank God.
It's back to 100.
Got the 92 last time.
All right. Where
glitter boy shots. Everyone's always making fun of me because oh, your ammo's not that low. I'm like, that's 8 shots from a glitter boy. That's an intense campaign.
Intense fight.
Yeah, it's like, oh, the battleship only fired 19 of its cruise missiles. That's a hell of a lot of city leveling damage.
So where this is within the territories of Castle Refuge. There's towns and settlements around it, but no one's ever really mapped out that area. It's a little bit farther south than normal than they like to go because it's you start getting too south and you're getting into the Coalition. I can't remember what's down there. Pecos, Coalition something.
What state are we in exactly right now? We're in Arkansas.
You're in Arkansas.
So if we go south, we're going to end up in
It's Coalition State El Dorado.
Oh, okay.
So El Dorado is down there, so they kind of leave, they don't want to push too far south. And this is, where you're going is mid-Arkansas, and Castle Ozark is more northern Arkansas. They don't really want to get...
Lone Star's not Coalition, right?
Lone Star is Coalition.
So where was it that I'm from that's...
You're from
area?
You are from just north of the Pecos Empire.
Pecos Empire, sorry, that's what it was.
Yeah, which is the Kingdom of Worth.
Yeah, no, it's fine.
Yeah.
I remember now.
But yeah, you were right next to CS Lone Star. You went up around and got into what's considered CS Missouri. Arkansas is considered CS Missouri. That territory is claimed by them, but they really don't go into the south. And then there's El Dorado to the south, which really doesn't go into the north. So there's a kind of outside of the influence of both coalition states that are down there.
Gotcha.
They're both also the weakest coalition states, Missouri and El Dorado. Though Missouri is fortifying because it's going to be on the forefront of the Federation of Magic War. All right. So they don't really know what's going to happen down there. They don't know what this location is. They look at their maps. They've had some scouting out there. There's like some ruin markers on their maps. Like there's some apocalypse ruin there that was marked, and then they kind of left alone. So.
Yeah. You're the boss.
So you guys also if you find the shifter, they say, if you still have radio communication, you can hub through the transport, and as long as the transport can stay within one of their repeaters. If you need backup, they will try to accommodate you. Like if you can find the shifter and it's a valid place to fight him, then they will absolutely reinforce you. But right now, most of their troops are out protecting villages and towns and the holdings of Castle Refuge.
Wasn't Honeycomb going to come with us on this one?
Just the Sugar Sisters.
Okay.
We haven't seen Honeycomb.
You saw Honeycomb when you escaped the fortress. He came and got you.
That's right.
Yep. But you can request if you want.
He's all right.
I just for some reason thought he was going to be around to relay messages quickly if need be, but
maybe I did say.
I mean, Jimbo can relay through the Evinrude. Yeah. It'll be fine.
Yeah.
The Everrude.
Evinrude. It's the name of outboard motors. It's super, super popular in the South. Have you ever seen the movie Rescuers? The Rescuers, the first one, where they rescue that girl from Louisiana. Yeah.
I know the Rescuers. I know are mice.
Yeah, the Rescuers.
Yeah.
The first one there's the Rescuers, and there's Rescuers Down Under. The Rescuers is the one that the first one takes place in Louisiana.
Yeah.
And the Dragonfly's name is Evinrude. He's also the motor for their boat. Yes, he's the Evinrude. Mm-hmm. But Evinrude is one of those. It's like saying ford anywhere else. When you're down any place where there's like a bog or a river, and Evinrude is your boat.
Is the boat.
Yep, absolutely. So having a transport from Arkansas named Evinrude makes perfect sense, especially if Jimbo's driving it.
All right, so and ask Robert if he's good for.
That's just some good shit. Robert, are we streaming tomorrow? That is the question. Are we starting D&D tomorrow? It's up to you, man.
Also, look up Evinrude.
All right, so Jimbo's like, Honeycomb will be available. So you're going to have the Sugar Sisters and Honeycomb as backup. Honeycomb can relay messages if you're outside of repeater range. The transport will stay back and try to be a repeater, hopefully. But this is pretty far south, and they don't have really good communication lines down there.
It's fun.
So Jimbo's like, all right, folk, load on up and buckle yourself in.
God damn it.
Now, you did this.
I did do that. It's my fault. I shaped it perfectly.
Strap in, everybody. Let's do it.
This is revenge for saying, that Cyber Knight.
Marbles.
Yeah.
This is revenge for marbles.
No, you're like, the Cyber Knight has got you so amped you start talking like him.
Yep.
Motherfucker. Let's go. Do it.
All right, so we are playing D&D tomorrow night.
Yeah, it sounds like it.
Let's do it. All right. You guys getting the Evinrude? Whatever the fuck it's called.
Evinrude.
Evan, Evinrude. Evinrude.
Evinrude. All right. I gotta write that down. Lest I forget.
It might be an A instead of an I, but I'm pretty sure it's an I.
All right. Why they let this guy pilot a alien transport vessel? I guess he's really good. I
guarantee because he was like, watch this, I can do it. That's how he got in charge of it.
Sugar Sisters mount up, flank you guys. Honeycomb buzzes up on side of you, and you head south. What time do you guys want to leave? Do you want to leave early?
Are we not going with them?
No. But I was saying, what time do you want to make this?
And then they leave,
strike?
Watch them.
Because you're going to a place you don't know. You don't know how close you're going to be able to get or anything like that.
Break of dawn. I'd like to land at sunrise.
Get as most daylight as you can out of it.
Plus, I can sleep in my armor, so I'm not worried about that. I can poop in my armor.
So, you are flying out to the south, outside of the Ozarks, down into the heart of Arkansas. When you're gonna call her Sugar, or is she Pythias?
Sugar's gonna be her nickname. Pythias is an odd name to share with everybody.
Okay.
Sugar is probably the real name. We'll drop Pythias.
Okay.
I'm only going to call her Sugar, so it won't make any sense if everybody else calls her Pythias.
But you call your armor Plato, and your name something else really smart?
No.
Yeah, you can call yourself something.
I was Plato. Archimedes is the
Archimedes is the armor.
Pythias would be the wife of Plato.
So, I mean, you had that theme going with the philosopher.
You guys can call her Pythias all you want.
Yeah.
I'm only going to call her Sugar. I see what you're saying.
Fine.
So Pythias is her name, yes.
Okay. So, she taps into the Evinrude's sensors so she can keep apprised of the situation.
But of course.
This does take some power from your other things, but you're not going to use your pistons in here anyway, so... just about the time when Jimbo's like, all right, I think I'm seeing something up there, Sugar is reporting that I'm seeing some structures in the distance to the south. And you see these weird, there's a spire, and then there's like these metal just tracks or ramps. And then there's another bigger tower, and there's all these this kind of blue, almost like sled or slide coming down that's really wide from the side of it. And it's really far out, so you're seeing this tiny on the screen. Just a little spire thing with a blue...
The blue is an object. It's not transporting a blue.
Nope, it's a object.
Gotcha. We can't hit it from here. I'm just kidding.
Can't.
Open fire.
I looked how to do this last time from the transport.
Right. So I don't know. Let's hop out at a safe distance. We'll take a look if you're down.
Yeah, I'm not sure what a safe distance would be considered.
I mean, we can
Pretty
see
much
it.
at this point, if they can, if you can see it, they can see you if there are people there. So, I mean, right now you're just a speck in the distance. So if you do it now,
That's what I would say. If we can identify it from this distance, then we ought to stop here.
Okay.
all right.
Let's head to the ground.
Have Jimbo shore the Evinrude.
So he said, "All right, taking her down." Set you off in a nice forested area. Let you go, and he's like, "I'm gonna pull back, try to keep LOS, keep you in my sensor range."
Just so I know, is there some way that I could power down / increase broadcast? In other words, he can pinpoint us from farther away.
With Sugar, she'll be able to boost broadcast signal.
Yeah, so I'd have to lower something to do that, obviously, but just in case we get too far.
Right. Just try to push through static, pump more megahertz into it.
It's just a new thing. I've been having fun flexing what can this do? How about that? Can I do this?
The Sugar Sisters and Honeycomb ask if you want them to escort you on the ground, to move closer, so they're closer to you to back you up.
I mean, they can't sky cycle idle on the ground. They would have to leave their equipment.
No, they can. They can hover at about 15 miles an hour while your guys are hoofing it through the tree line.
What do you think?
Yeah. So they can go with you on the ground, or you can leave the Sugar Sisters with the transport and take Honeycomb with you.
Well, that's kind of the Sugar Sisters thing, is watching that transport, so they should definitely stay with it. Honeycomb can come with us for a little while, just in case we encounter any
third bodies, yeah.
Yep.
Far away from there.
Or fourth body, sorry. Shani's coming with us, right?
Yep, she's there.
So you might as well travel with us for a little while, but once we get within 5 miles or so of this place, he can kind of backtrack and
hold off. see what you
pass
guys wanna
along
do.
whatever info and maybe, stay a little bit closer to them just in case we have to run whenever something goes down. We get message to him first and he can get it to them.
Right. So you are trucking it through the forest, Honeycomb huffing along with you. He's actually put a sound overlay with his engine, so it sounds like a humming buzz.
He sounds like a flying lawnmower.
Yeah.
You're like, oh god.
Wait till he starts doing Flight of the Bumblebee over his loudspeaker.
That'd be the worst too, because it's all upper register. It would travel for miles.
Yeah.
You're like, god damn that guy.
So, are you going to take point?
Sure.
Assuming you have the tracking and spotting skills, are you going to have your mask open?
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Make a notice check.
Starting off strong. 5.
There you go.
Plus your...
So 7.
That's all yours? You only have the +2, or do you have more than that with all your
I
senses?
believe I just have the +2.
Okay.
That's before I get started. 4 and 3 is the correct number of bennies, right?
Yes.
Not the 15 we ended up with last time.
You guys are doing good.
Oh, seriously, our
Jokers
Benny
and-
stack was like higher than the dice roll, the dice kitty almost.
You hoof it a couple miles. You're definitely coming up on magic. You're starting to get that just ambient magic of something like it's the same feeling that you're moving up like on a ley line, that prevalent magic, but it's not the raw smell of a ley line. This is a magically either like something big magical happened here, or it's been infested with a lot of magic, and it's kind of indiscriminate at the moment. As you're heading up, though, and you're getting this like fuzz and background noise of this magic in your senses, you get a more specific scent, which smells more like demonic entities close by.
I would relay this information. Obviously.
Skinny. Everyone stops.
Demonic, dude.
Like demons. It's not good guys. Not sponsored yet.
Not sponsored yet, but we're open to it.
Too many lock-in.
So the things that we fought before, when the transport was coming to pick us up, those were demons.
Those were demons, but so are gargoyles, so are brodkil.
That's what I wanted to make sure.
Can
Like,
he-
brodkil can do smell demonic too.
Right.
Can
Okay.
he
They are.
smell the difference?
If you got a higher one and he had smelled it before, he would be able to identify it. If you got a higher roll, but
But not this one. Okay.
So let's
it
just
smells.
say-
Like that background noise is kind of messing with him.
No, it's fine.
But yeah, if you got a really high roll and it was something he had already smelled before, then he would have been able to pinpoint what it was.
So my systems aren't picking anything up yet.
Not yet.
Not yet.
And you're in a forest, so it's
Yeah.
picking off lots of trees. So
Let's just, be ready to act. I don't think you need to lock in this very moment. But we're probably about to run into something very soon.
we're just testing all our options, Robert. We're
We
if
haven't
Stella
been
doesn't
turned
come
down by anybody.
If Stella doesn't come through, then we want to not put all our eggs in one basket.
Also, when we do the D&D stream, we need to pick a beer for our sponsorship. Stella, look at us.
So
Should start eating some sort of chip on stream too, just so.
I got to get the all dressed. Let's see if we can get them down here. Whoa. So, what'd you say? What was going on?
We're just pounding them tonight.
So we got both over there now. Mickey's
Sponsored by
40s.
the
He wants
Mickeys.
Mickey's.
God.
Some natty ice. Let's get some natty ice up on the
Bad
stream.
decisions in the bottle.
Right. I apologize. I got distracted by napkins. What were you saying?
Oh, just basically I'm letting everyone know there's definitely some enemies near. Let's keep moving forward, and I'm just telling him, like, you don't need to lock in yet. Just be ready, like, at any instant, like.
And Shani brings up, like, you know, like, we're coming up on this place. We don't, like, hopefully they don't know we're here. But the moment that gun goes off, everyone's alerted.
I have a sword.
Yeah. You might want to get that out.
So I pull my sword out.
Alright, let's move up a little farther.
All right, make a tracking roll now and see if you can home in on this. Unless you do that. There we go.
Good boy.
So 8.
Plus the 2 for the senses and all that stuff. So, in this case, you can start to get a feeling of where they are and like kind of where they're heading by where you're moving and the scent coming in stronger or weaker. Are you wanting to try to avoid them, hide from them, or go to them?
Avoid.
Go to what?
Why do you want to go to them?
Because we're fucking fighters.
But
we can avoid.
But you want the shifter. That's primary target number one.
I get it. I get excited. Shoot
No, I'm not saying you shouldn't.
No.
Kill this
You're
patrol
the boss.
or
Yeah,
whatever
don't
the fuck
listen to
this
me
is.
either. Yeah, don't listen to me. I got excited there. Sorry.
What? We're not fighting yet?
Yeah, do what you think is best.
Well, no, I guess.
What part of I'm just a big gun didn't you understand?
Technically, this makes a little bit of sense. Kind of like when we came up on the fortress. Like, if we can take out some outlying
Fucking
patrols,
fisted that fortress.
but also like if they have communications, like then we have to deal with that.
Right.
Like if someone's checking in, like, hey, you guys see anything?
No one's
Oh,
there.
you're not answering? Oh, clearly something happened.
It's a
So
good point.
avoid.
You're right. Dude, go with your gut. Don't listen to me.
Yeah, let's avoid.
Just because I'm the loudest doesn't mean I'm the rightest.
So you sense which way they are. You like stop for a second. You change your angle, and then you move around. And the scent passes by eventually and just diminishes as you keep moving.
So whatever it is moving around us. It's not just
And it's moving in a parallel to this thing. Like it's moving left to right, not front to back. So it's not moving out from it. It looks like it's moving around it, or like a patrol essentially.
It's a steady patrol type pattern.
Yeah. So you continue to head forth, and that's when you cross a road, a thoroughfare, what used to probably be a highway. Now there's not much asphalt or concrete left of the structure, but there definitely isn't any tree growth in the area. So there's a big wide swath of open area. If you want, you can cut across this into the forest on the other side and keep cutting down. You can follow it on this side, or you can just head out into the open and move down this. But you don't know if this path heads to the place, like exactly to the place you're going, or just will get you near it. You have a feeling that you need to cross and travel on that side, though, to get closer to it.
Yeah, I definitely don't want to just walk down the middle of this thing. That's
We're
for
a
sure.
small group. Running across it shouldn't be too hard as long as we make sure there's no traps or anything first.
I was gonna say, like, can I attempt to sense any type of like extra magical?
Or ditto, because I've got
notices
suites.
Yeah, notices all around. You're looking for magical stuff. You're looking for mines and motion sensors and all that stuff. And
I got a 9.
nice.
2.
You have bonuses to your notice checks. I think it's at least 2 or might be up to 4. It's on your armor sheet. Look over on your sheet there. It's up under sensor package, I think top right of that column. Nope. Same page you're on. Look at the top right. Does it have the sensor package up there?
+2 on those checks. So make it a 4.
So to 4, like, unless you want to, like,
No,
I don't know if you want to
4
waste
is
it
still
here.
4 is still a success.
One of these days, Mitch will learn what his character does.
There's a lot that armor does.
This is like 2 pages for the fucking 3 pages of armor instructions.
So
and a quick reference chart and a 2 page of what I've actually got written down, and then my Google notes here. So.
So yeah,
nothing magical out here that you notice. You're not picking up anything. It just seems open. Make me a tracking roll real quick. You.
I'll get this mustache hair. I don't know.
Yeah. Did you not have your
lip
napkin?
Son of a bitch is the right
7.
It's like every character in Death Watch.
Nah, that is.
Yeah, I don't know what I was referring to either. 7. There's been a lot of movement up and down these thoroughfares fairly recently. Stomped grass and that. You can't really get any definitive footprints here or there.
We should still make an effort to make it not look like we walked through it.
Yeah, you're not gonna. Like, it's pretty packed, so like you're gonna obviously put some stamp marks in it, but they're not gonna be able to figure out anything if they see it. So you're heading across.
Yeah, head across. If there's a lot of traffic, though, we might want to possibly stay close to it.
Because we'll mine it.
Huh?
Like put mines on it.
Yeah,
Sorry, not like mine it for resources.
You can use your explosive pack to put traps down here, but
your C20.
You don't know what's going to come. If where you're going is going to have people coming from this place, or is this like an outlet for stuff?
Or it could just be a distraction.
I say for now we just
stay close to the
move
thoroughfare.
into the woods. A good like 30 yards, 50 yards, whatever. Yeah. But like far enough where we can still kind of sense where the road is heading and just move along down it.
All right.
To where we seems like the direction more or less toward the structure that we saw. I mean, obviously, it's still hard to tell from where we're at, I'm sure, but...
So as you head forward and you're getting closer to this place, you keep the road off to your right within 30 to 50 yards, so you can still kind of, like, the trees obscuring you, but you can still, every once in a while, look over and verify you're still next to it.
If anything, he's probably farther to the...
Yeah, he's got to be a little deeper in so he doesn't shine through all the tree line.
Me and Shani will be closer since we can actually like hide if need be.
When you are heading up to, like, the trees are starting to thin out, and you're heading up to a place that's cleared out. And as you're getting to where the trees are clearing up and all this stuff, you're starting to see structures, you're starting to see buildings, you're starting to see, like, scaffolding and rails and towers and all this stuff. And you're still in the lead, right? So you kind of head up to the edge of this forest, this tree line, and you look out, and there's like the road would come down into this, and then there's like a big, large open area and a big demolished structure that's been kind of rebuilt or repurposed, fortified. And you see, like, you have no real context for what these things are, but there's just like poles at different heights with rails going over them. And then there's like a tower with like a big disc at the top of it, and there's things hanging from it. There's like pavilions and all this weird stuff. But in front of it all, right at the front of the road, right before that structure, is like this old, rusted out, blown out sign. It's like hanging down, and it's kind of been pushed back up and wrapped back around. And it says Magic Springs and Crystal Falls.
Those real places. I've been to Magic Falls.
The theme park?
No.
Magic Springs.
Magic Springs, sorry. There's a hiking trail that goes next to it. Oh, it's Rainbow Falls. Sorry, Rainbow Falls. It's near Magic Springs. has a bootleg trail you can follow where they used to distill illicit liquors during Prohibition in a small caving system right next to
As soon as you're describing it, I was like, alright, sounds like we got a roller coaster. Sounds like we got something like carnival.
You do?
I was like, oh, okay.
Plato's like, here's the history of Arkansas. Like, who gives a shit? It's obviously a theme park. Let's move on.
There's like a big tower and this blue, like, artificial mountain down the side of it, which looks suspiciously like a water slide. Mm-hmm. So, also, though, what you see is brodkil. There's a fairly large concentration of them. Nothing like what was outside of the castle. But there's still, you see them moving around in pockets and groups. Kind of like they own the place.
I bet they own the place.
But some more or less...
they charge for admittance.
This is what we saw in the distance.
Yes.
Okay.
The scaffoldings or those weird rails or the roller coaster coming up above the tree lines and everything.
So, this is a kind of an off-the-subject question. My sister suite goes 1,000 yards or whatever.
Yeah. Is it only 1,000?
No.
It's like miles,
or whatever it is, yeah.
Anyway, yeah.
What I would say was, can it map? Can I save it?
You can.
So let's...
Well, now you can.
Now I can. So as I say, the idea now would be, since this is not mapped, at least by Castle Refuge, I would like to map and save this area as much as I can.
All right.
From where we are.
Can your sensor sweep also tell us exactly how many bodies and stuff are in
Maybe if I used it.
Yeah, he's like, I'd have to turn off something else.
Let's turn it all off.
All right.
Let's sit still and...
We're not seeing anything right now.
Let's sit still and...
Now's the time to do it.
God damn it. There it is.
There it is, Magic Springs.
Oh, hey, what is that? That's probably that thing.
So,
motherfucker. That better not be it.
You're getting and with your motion sensors, you're picking up in the vicinity a good 50 brodkil moving around, and you map their movements. A lot of them will like move into view, and then you'll never see them again as they go into a structure, and then they just don't return. But others are going on a patrol-like setup.
Gotcha.
Just for the audience at home, we can show what I was showing you. It's a map of Magic Springs and Crystal Falls, an amusement park in Arkansas. So,
I knew the name Magic Springs, but I was actually thinking of Rainbow Falls.
I was really, really hoping
I had never been there.
that you had been there.
No, I've never been there.
I thought that would have been like really awesome. I've been there.
Because I already kind of did that little face slap. I'm like, motherfucker, that's a real place.
I could tell when he like said the name. He's like looking at you, waiting for like,
no, oh damn it.
I'm gonna let it go.
So this is just Magic Springs. Off somewhere like more to the left is Crystal Falls. Mm-hmm. So the water park and the there's more of water park like over here as well. Or no, it might be just these, but from what the description said, like it added in Crystal Falls as a side thing. So you got roller coasters, the big like shoot you up in the air things and spin you around, and a whole bunch of structures, big and small. You know, like from the main building where all the administration is to all the like, little food areas and amusement areas.
Arkansas's angry answer to having Six Flags Over Georgia and Six Flags Over Texas surrounded.
Yeah,
you gotta have something.
Yeah,
right?
So
the mapping is mid-aid. We can see the patrols.
You can see the patrols. Yeah, you can pretty much time those. If you just sit for 15 minutes, you can get a good idea. And yours is like it's only going 1,000 yards out. Obviously, this place is bigger, but you got like this opening chunk. Mm-hmm. Like you got it down. But you also know that besides the 4 patrols that are going through here that you have mapped out, there's a good 20 more brodkil that are just loitering and living in this space.
That makes sense.
And his sweep only picks up like At least from what he can tell, it's just brodkil.
It's just
within this
brodkil.
area.
Yes. There is heavy concentrations of magic here. Now that you're closer, you're getting them... Like, there's clumps, but you can't pinpoint them because it's too close together. It's too big of a magic. Like, there's clumps here. There's a big clump here. Like, around some of the structures and the rides, it seems like they've been either, like, warded or fortified with magic somehow. You're not sure what.
Would I start to be getting affected as if I was
No. This isn't that. This isn't that raw, like, blasting.
Sure I need to let go.
But it is going to, like... It is going to affect you smelling smaller things near them. Because, like, you have this big magic scent, and it might obscure, like, the 100 little brodkil scents that are in it or whatever. Mm-hmm. So...
Makes sense.
Alright, so... We're basically on what we're seeing as the front of this place.
Mm-hmm. Yep, this parking lot right here.
Clearly we need to get farther in. It's going to be an issue.
It is. He is big and shiny. Now, there's a lot of big and shiny and all kinds of stuff going on here, like, but the brodkil, aren't dumb either, so... Mm-hmm. And they're not smart, but they're not dumb.
We could... Well, no, it won't work. Never mind.
I have an idea, but it's one of those things we should never do.
What is that? Do you want to split up a little bit?
Well, me and Shani could stealth.
What? Let the record show that he's splitting the party. He wants to split the party this time. It's always me. Let's split it up. I can provide great suppression or distraction from a distance, but I can't help you do anything else.
I just want to get a closer look to what's beyond this area.
If you want to just look, you definitely can't take me. That is correct. That is a correct party split.
Also, remember, Shani can turn invisible, and Shani can fly. Yeah. Also remember, some brodkil can turn invisible. If they don't have cybernetics, they can turn invisible at will.
Also remember, as far as I know, the shifter's little friend is still alive.
Yep, and she can be invisible.
That thing can be invisible.
Oh, that's right. We didn't kill that.
You didn't kill her.
God damn it, dude.
I just thought about that right now too. I was like, that thing could be floating around us right now for all we fucking know.
I don't know.
Well, I mean, if it was floating above us,
Sugar
I imagine
can't detect.
You'd smell it.
Sugar can't detect magic, can she?
No.
Damn it.
Once she gets more like. You don't know what her capabilities are yet, especially when it comes to magic.
That's okay. We got to imagine.
But she doesn't know what she's capable of in the magic of your world yet either.
Indeed, GT. Indeed.
GT!
Hey.
Glitter boys, one trick ponies. It's a very good trick, though.
I was like, oh, GT7992C. One trick watcher. Oh, I'm just kidding. All right, go scope it in.
I gave him a little bit of utility and funness with this new AI that he has in his system.
I preferred a couple more days to flex it.
I don't know why we always forget about Shawnee's thing. I think it's because I'm always like holder in reserve for when we really need it.
And she can only do, like, she's willing to use all of her PPE reserve however you want to use it. But the more you use her up front, the less you have for whatever's at the end.
But yeah, she could just straight up like fly invisibly and like
scan the whole area, try to spot them.
Entire place and see what we're dealing with.
Some of these, like a lot of demons, a lot of creatures, can see invisibility and can see through that.
Not just that, like her PPEs always come as a boon at the end. Like she's almost like the healer, the fly out safe. Yeah. Like she's our savior at the end. Spending all of her shit to go look at what's going on is kind of a.
Now, if he put any techno-wizardry in his armor, then he wouldn't be able to use it anymore. Because he doesn't have any magic.
Although a techno-wizard in the Glitter Boy might be kind of neat. We'd have to write a lot about shit about that. Yeah.
You'd have to replace each system.
Limitations out the ass for something like that.
There are no rules for making power armors out of magical, but you have to make each system individually, and then you would have to power all those systems, or get magic batteries to put into each system to power it and keep them charged.
That makes sense. Why it's not a regular class. Yeah.
They don't have them. They do have a Techno Wizard full conversion Borg in South America that they figured out. But those things only last for 5 years before they go insane and die.
So they're basically juicers at that point, techno juicers.
Yep. And there are techno juicers as well. There are the dragon blooded juicers. They pump dragon blood into their bodies.
Dick.
In our first game we ever played, we had a techno wizard.
We did. It was wasted by putting penises on everything.
That's
but
not
we
what
did
happened.
have one.
That is totally what happened.
So techno wizards all have to have a quirk. It's part of their because you get negatives and hindrances and advances, and picking hindrances give you advances. Techno wizards get the automatic hindrance of quirky. Mine was that I shaped things and drew things and glued things together as my techno wizard that gave every one of my creations at least partially phallic symbols. Yeah. Wow.
So he was drunk when he made the character, and he laughed about that. He's like, I make everything the shape of a dick, and then stuck with it. It became a thing at that point.
He was levitated as a full conversion board by a rocket belt I called the cocket belt.
Yeah.
I needed a penis to go up, and
it was a joystick at the crotch of the belt that
I made surveillance equipment that looked like what do you call them? Drones. So there's two little turbines with a forward-facing piece. It was a penis. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was a very penis. I was trying to make a mount for our Cyber Knight that was robotic, but the seat was controlled biometrically by a penis that went in.
That.
So you had to sit on the penis.
All right. So, what's the plan? Are you going to try to scout this out?
Yeah.
You and Shani?
Yeah.
Okay.
Go to that.
Don't worry. Yeah, you're just gonna stand in the bushes anyway. We don't need you right now.
Some stealth. Let's get some stealth up in this page.
Yeah, this is me doing those things that we're not supposed to do. She has a higher stealth, right?
She has a D10 now. She had a D8.
Do we both just need to make checks, or do we need to
are you
who's helping who?
Are you going together, or are you both going out and scouting on your own? Together?
I feel like we're together.
Okay, so you'd probably want to help her.
Okay, that's what I want to make sure.
So group stealth.
5.
That's a +1. 6, she gets a +2, 8, +1 from you is 9. That's a thing with a raise. Let's see what they get. That's not going to spot you. So you make your way up to the entrance and into the first part of the park. How deep you want to go?
Balls deep, of course.
Balls deep. So it looks like most of the park, from the entrance, is kind of off to your right, but there seems to be some other path that goes down to some other structures off to the left that are separated from the park. So park is mainly you're here in the front of the park. Park is mainly over here with all the bunch of stuff going on and the buildings and the lake and the food courts and all that. But there's this amphitheater over here, a concert venue, place, food, shops, amphitheater. So, park or amphitheater?
What are you asking me?
Which way are you going?
Towards the amphitheater.
Okay.
And you said they did not see us, correct?
The people in the front did not see you. Okay. It starts to get...
Yes.
Dick contraptions. There's less and less just random brodkil around as you're heading over there, and more emplacements of guards. So, like there's a ticketing booth / guard shack, like in the middle of what would be the path or road, and that's been fortified up. And there's like a brodkil in there with a rail gun emplacement. Right next to it is this massive old wooden roller coaster that's all kind of dilapidated but still standing in a lot of places. It looks very menacing, like that dark wooden structure just hanging in the forest with vines and stuff all over it. Even in the, like if you want to try to cut across the little foresty area to where the pavilions and not pavilions, what are the ramadas? Like there's ramadas and food court area and all that kind of stuff. There's walls put up and guards posted with like placed guns. So this definitely looks more entrenched and protected. That's what you're seeing from here. If you want to try to bypass that, you're going to need more rolls.
Just to give you an idea, we have succeeded on our stealth, and we've headed up towards this amphitheater because it was either go through the park or go towards the amphitheater. I chose that way just because.
Makes sense.
Yeah, what he just described is like this little area right there. So basically, like it's like fortified there.
So we're coming from the
like
bottom of that screen.
Yes, this is the parking lot, and you're pretty much in the forest line.
Gotcha. Okay.
Out here.
I'm good.
So. No one can see that. I need to bring my good camera out here.
It's not that. It's just light's too intense.
Yeah.
All right.
Find the water supply. Poison it.
I don't know if brodkil really care about poison.
I don't know who Kefkul is.
Kafka? With an exclamation point.
Who's Kefka? Because I can do a Hexus laugh pretty good.
Hexus?
What's that guy's name? He's the devil from...
Final Fantasy 3, you Philistine.
Wow. Look it up now.
So, what would you like me to say?
How many... Alright.
You're facing at least 3 guard posts with placed guns. And these brodkil are more attentive. They seem distracted, like they're just out there on a Sunday day looking, but...
Are you going to attempt this?
It's digitally impossible.
Tim Curry's
Tim Curry.
devil god from Legend.
Also Hexus.
Sit! Or stand, if you prefer. Or I can't remember what the villain's name is in Strider, but at the beginning...
Oh, the fucking Russian guy? Yeah. Kefka's is digital, though. It's like...
So...
Muppet Treasure Island.
Or what?
So how much exactly of her PPE or whatever does it take to go invisible?
It'll take, I mean, like, she can't do it more, like, she can't do it on its own more than 4 times. But she also, like, every use of it is like a use of her healing that she can't use, the use of her flying that she can't use. Also, it depends on how long she stays in it. So anything longer than 5 minutes, then it's another use kind of out of it.
Because going back to that one of the good old mind sessions, I kind of want to give her some of my explosives and have her set them up on all 3 of these.
Really right now we're just doing reconnaissance.
Mm-hmm.
We don't even have to shifters here right now.
That's true.
Starting a war with an entire theme park filled with brodkil sounds like fun, but we don't necessarily need to do it. You should look around a little more.
The issue is like, for us to really go farther and get more reconnaissance, we have to stealth again.
On this side. You can go back and go to the amusement park side.
I'm just saying, don't spend PBE or give up yet.
But what he was also asking was for her to go sabotage those 3 guard nests with explosives, but just like you did with the castle.
True, but that's 3 of how many guard nests?
3 that you can see.
All right, so then, no, that's not a bad idea. Let's just back it up. Now we've seen, like, clearly there's some reason to guard the amphitheater area. Otherwise, those little posts wouldn't be there.
Right. So, there's something important down there, which kind of makes sense. The amphitheater is probably the strongest structure here.
Let's back it up.
Or largest structure.
Definitely largest. Roller coaster's got to be stronger.
Let's back it up and then head towards the park.
Okay.
Park
actual. Alright, so you make your way through the park, avoiding patrols and all that, going around what used to be lakes. Some of them have been filled back in, or look like they have water in them of varying degrees of clarity or stagnation. Going deeper over to like where this kind of main lake is and where like the big cluster of attractions are. It just seems like it's a town for brodkil, town/barracks. So there's brodkil all over the place. They seem to have some prisoners or slaves doing some work around there, or maybe loyalist humans. You're not sure. They all look miserable, but even loyalist Federation of Magic humans are probably miserable. They're moving around. They had, like, you smell some terrible, what probably passes for food for brodkil. You see them going and getting weapons or stowing them or wherever in different areas. And again, all surrounded by these old, decrepit attractions, roller coasters and rides and Ferris wheels and teacups and gravitrons and all that kind of stuff. This definitely seems to be brodkil town.
Alright, so clearly, if our target is here, he's most likely at the amphitheater.
You sound so tired.
This war, man.
We're just
war never changes.
We're just kind of in another fortress. I'm like, do we really try this shit again? Do I set charges over here and then we blow up here and kind of distract and then try to go in there? But those turrets, they're not moving. I don't think they give a shit what happens over there. They're like, we're told to be here. This is where we're going to be.
Like you said, if you can have her go invisible and go identify where their armories are over here, put explosions on those, that's A, big explosions, and B, cripples their combat effectiveness. If they're walking around without their guns and they have them at the armory or their barracks or wherever, and you blow those up, then you're just going to be facing brodkil with whatever gear they had on them.
Makes sense. I mean, we've been saving her magic use for something important.
The only other thing is, like, again, he could not be here, and this could all be for naught. Or if he's here, we immediately blow something up.
So what do you want to do to identify his presence?
Yeah, you need to get eyes on him, really. Yeah. You need to get eyes on him or the witchling.
Because if you blow everything up...
But no, placing the explosives now, may help him later.
Or if we just blow everything up, we might see or not see him and be like, oh, he wasn't there. We blew everything up, he wasn't there.
Sure, you could fuck Arkansas. You could put the explosives out.
just blow this whole place up. Fuck it.
Yeah, put the explosives out on important things. Go back to the tree line, detonate it, and see who comes out. But you also know that he's run from every other encounter you've been at. He's never come to you when you've attacked him. He's now without his armor, so it's not like he's going to be drawn out by this kind of stuff.
I say, even when we couldn't hurt him at all, he's still. I mean, he kind of laughed at us, but then he was like, all right, I'm out of here, though.
I did my villain laugh that night.
I'm going to let the splurgore through, and then I'm
out. Have fun dealing with this.
It was kind of fun dealing with.
So the question is there any way we can get to that amphitheater without being seen, without causing a scene, and actually detecting the shifter?
You're banking on the fact that the shifter's in that amphitheater. You think that's where he is?
If he is here, that's where he'd be.
So do you want to...
Again, I don't know that that's the fact.
That's fine. Do you want to try to bring him out, or do you want to try to get in?
I think get in. I don't think there's a way to bring him out unless we were to blow up the building he's in. But we would have to know that he was in it.
Have you tried distracting him with a musical number?
Dance off to save the universe.
I mean, we could send you out front. You can play some music over your loudspeakers and see what happens.
You do the robot.
See if you get attacked by some brodkil, or if
Shani is all down for planning some explosives to use as a distraction later. She likes that idea. It worked well at the fortress. If nothing else, it could take weapons out of the brodkil's hands.
It makes sense if you're going to plant explosives to put them in the armory.
Their armory, their barracks, storehouses around this area.
Some of the house stores.
All right, well, if you're feeling up to it, Shani.
Hand it off. Tell me where to stick it.
No, how much of this do we need? Like a brick per building?
You need...
half brick per building.
You probably need a quarter brick if there's going to be explosives in the building.
It's pretty good. That's pretty good spacing.
1812 overture with a boom gun.
A quarter brick will probably blow up anything that already has explosives in it. So if you can find two armories, you can use a half brick between them. And then barracks or any other storehouses will need at least a half a brick to a brick. Depending on how much damage you really want to do.
All of the damage.
So let's go ahead and call a half brick already just for her to place 2 on what you've kind of identified as the armory and where they seem to store explosives or other hazardous materials.
So 2 of those places were already down a half brick.
Yep.
And then the barracks building itself, probably at least another half brick.
At least, or more if you want to
how many bricks
kill more.
How many bricks do you have total? 4? Yeah, half brick.
And then We're thinking a storehouse, like where they keep food and whatnot, or
probably armor, cybernetics, other gear.
that's another half brick.
So how much more damage you want to do? So if you do, let's see, if you do the half brick for the two main things and a half, a full brick between the other two things, that leaves you with 2.5 bricks.
Yes.
So then you could put a half brick on each of the
turrets,
the garden placements, and that would leave you with 1 brick to put somewhere else or to keep in storage.
Because it's 2140, it's not children anymore.
This brodkil ain't no joke, Robert.
No, it is not open.
It is in real life, but...
Alright, so let's see that for now.
On a children's theme park.
Yeah, let's attempt that for now.
Alright.
You're just placing, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Just placing. And this is all controlled by your... you have a detonator, which you can cycle through or hit all or any combination you want. So this isn't like a timer switch like you did on her.
Did Shani just have to
Shani just had to spend a penny. Yeah. She got a really bad roll. So, she places all the bricks and heads back out to the tree line to meet up with you guys. Or meet you wherever you want to run to. Or she can continue to be invisible again, and because that's going to take about 10 minutes, and go check out the amphitheater if you want.
Yeah, let's give it a shot. After she's got everything placed, correct?
Yep.
Okay.
Brodkil. Google it. Brodkil. So she goes forward and she's like, okay, I'm past the ramadas and storefronts. I guess this is a concession stand. It used to be outside of this amphitheater. It's got several heavily cybernetic up brodkil in it. They look like, I don't know, royal guard or something. They have pretty massive energy halberds of some type. I'm not going to go too near them. But beyond that, the amphitheater swoops down, and it looks like the entire front of the amphitheater has been closed off and looks like a big demon face, and the mouth is a door. The eyes have what look to be sentries in them looking out. Very reminiscent of the fortress.
I'm sure it's probably got some sort of magical seal on it.
Probably. And there are several brodkil just patrolling the area in front of it where the seats used to be. I mean, nothing, a few good boom gun blasts wouldn't clear, but...
So this is the most mortar I've ever been. Like, I could literally lay down cover for like 2 turns, I'm sure, before people started coming for me.
Yeah, you'd have to have, like... She comes back to the tree line, so you guys can all talk. Yeah, whatever goes on, you're obviously not going to go into that building and start shooting. You're going to have to stand outside and blast these big dudes down, anything that's coming at you.
I mean, you might have to blast those big dudes down just so we can get in.
Right. Like, if anyone's going to get in there and get that shifter out or put eyes on the shifter, it's you or Shani. And whoever doesn't go in there needs to protect him, because the moment he starts firing, he's going to get swarmed by several hundred brodkil.
I'm fine.
Yeah.
I got a sword.
Like, and Honeycomb's like, he's like, No, he's like, no, I'll fly above you and keep you clear as best I can. But,
do my best.
I'm also going to be a target as the only flying thing.
Right.
So, but I will keep you clear as best I can.
So if you want to keep the party split, which you're going to have to if you want to go inside from this angle, we're really just support. And only temporary.
And if I want to split the party again.
You want to leave Shani outside?
I'm just saying we're all back in the tree line together, so we're not...
Yeah, but someone, like, he's not going to be able to walk up and get into the place.
Mm-hmm. Like
the moment he steps out...
As I was going to say, like, the moment I go forward, everything you've set up, everything we've planned, all the things you've looked at are all over.
He is.
Because I'm, 12-foot bright, metallic, reflecting surface.
So, blowing up the stuff and a glitter boy walking out and starting to blast their fortifications and royal guard and everything will definitely clear the field and create a distraction if you want to get in and take a shot at the shifter.
Or if you want to get in secretly, and when things go sideways, we can blow /me fire and distract them for your exit. I just can't go in there.
Or you can try to run through and get him as far in as possible. Blow the stuff up, run him in, and try to get him to the amphitheater front, the stadium front, where he can then hold off anything that tries to come from the park, while you and whoever else go down there. You also, you have them there for communication, but you can also call in Jimbo and the Sugar Sisters to run strafing and distraction over the whole scene.
There's a lot of options, but you got to call it. You're the one that has to go in. So.
My issue is that
Pop smoke, call in the troops. Obscure area.
I can do that too.
You can obscure area?
Not from that distance.
I still don't have enough information to make a call without risk. Any of us can walk up to that door and be like, "Oh, can't get in. It's magically locked. Fuck." For all I know, that's what's going to happen, and we're just going to start this whole fucking thing for nothing.
You can take Shani. She'll be able. You can smell if it's magically locked, and Shani might be able to pop it.
But then we have to get to that door.
Right.
To tell all
this.
Anyway, he literally just walked around the whole place.
Almost. He didn't get that close to the door, but
I didn't get past this area.
And
she didn't invisibly.
She didn't fly. She walked.
She walked through invisibly.
Anyway,
do as poorly as you say we did.
Anyway, you're going to have to get into that door if that's where you think the shifter is to put eyes on him.
I love it when the GM says, "If you think that's where something is."
Mm-hmm. If you think that's where something, if that's because that seems to be the most logical place. But again,
no, that makes sense. We can also call Castle Refuge.
And have them commit troops to here, but if he's somewhere else, he'll take advantage of that.
Part of me is supposed to say, fuck it, let's just run at it.
Yeah.
No.
No, that is an option because
there's so many broadcasts.
But if he blows, the
castle was different because it had an exterior and an interior. This is completely exterior. This is every person from every angle has every shot from every distance. Nobody's inside. Nobody's protecting anything. No one's doing anything underground or undercover. This is an open theme park. Mm-hmm. If we walk up to it, every single brodkil that can see us can also shoot at us.
And then call every brodkil that can't see you and tell them that you're there.
Yeah, this is not a castle. This is a parking lot. With
also,
a bunch
the moment you blow those things, it's instant chaos. Mm-hmm. All your explosives, it's instant chaos.
So you want to blow? We can do that. We can blow it and make a run for that.
Or run until you're spotted, then blow it to cause hey, there's something at the gates. Yeah, there's also something blowing up the barracks, and there's something blowing up this, and there's something blowing up that. And that'll cause panic, which will allow you to pierce through this one zone and get to the amphitheater.
You can paint me with mud, Predator style. So
you didn't. You didn't take the ghillie suit.
I didn't take that. I said that was against my credo.
Oh no, you can pop your smoke. Sugar says, I can pop your smoke in their launchers. So all you would be is a big plume of smoke running forward instead of Shani and Glitter Boy.
So she could make a spot for me to run through.
Well, she'll pop them in your canisters.
Oh, blow me into
you
the
will
smoke.
be covered in smoke as you run forward.
Let's take a quick real break.
All right.
Okay. I drink a lot of beer.
Where is it?
I don't know. I was just saying that you have a button. There it is. Ding, ding, ding. Well, that's what I was looking for.
Yeah, GT. When did you get your smoke things?
The last time that I got refitted after the burn. Yeah.
After the fortress. No, after Devil's Hill.
It was after Devil's Hill. It was when I came back with.
At Devil's Hill, the fortress was right after Devil's Hill. So yeah, it was right after the fortress.
After our longest single campaign.
This one does. So, in the Free Quebec... In the Free Quebec book, it has a whole bunch of alternate specs and different variations of Glitter Boys, and one of them is called the Glitter Girl. And the Glitter Girl has, like, rocket launchers on their hips. But he just had the techs, the dwarves at Castle Hill, or Castle Refuge, install launchers onto his hips that have smoke grenades in them. So guys. Yeah, I mean, you can mod up a Glitter Boy all day long. It just gets to a point where you're drawing too much power from its systems, so you have to shut things off or turn other ones on to deal with it, or you're losing the functionality of the main Glitter Boy functions. Like, if you have too much gear on the outside, then you're no longer shiny anymore. You don't have that chromium. You're taking full damage lasers and all that jazz. And Moosehead. Yep, tomorrow we get to bust out this bad boy. The D20 of gold.
At some point, his ass is going to have to come running out of that forest.
Right.
Like, there's no option unless somehow we roll the best stealth rolls you've ever seen. And we're able to get inside that amphitheater.
Well,
it's always a bad thing to bank against.
Oh, there it is.
If I roll natural
I'm just going to
20s.
snipe him real quick. All right, guys, we can go home.
And done. Wrap it up, boys.
It is the worst thing to bank against. If we roll natural 20s, we succeed, right?
Well, I mean, technically.
Yeah, a friend, an acquaintance, has a daughter that is an engineer, and she uses CAD, computer-aided design, to create her own stuff and 3D prints it. And that's 3D printed out of metal. It is amazing. It is beautiful. And my friend hand-carved and created this box that it's in, this round box. He did this in his wood workshop in his garage. The whole thing is just super impressive. I still need to buy Bob and his.
Machine laid that. There's no way they hand carved.
Oh yeah, machine laid. He did this. He didn't, buy this stuff made like this. But he did it in his shop. I still need to buy them a drink for Viv's birthday. I need to buy them a pitcher or whatever they drink. So. It's beautiful. Alright. So,
They can still grapple.
what can still grapple?
Glitter boys.
Oh, yeah. Every once in a while, you gotta choke a brodkil out.
Just gotta let them know it's their fault you're doing it.
So, one way to go about this is this. You get as close as you possibly can to the entrance. Right? You go down here, try to hug this decrepit roller coaster, and the moment you're getting like too close, or the things, the guard posts are like too close, and you know you can't pass them, you blow them, and then he walks out of the tree line and starts laying down just destructive covering fire on this side, which will allow you to just sprint past and try to get in there. But there are two like Royal Guard brodkil like sitting right here that are going to be waiting for anything, and that he'd be really perfect of just annihilating in one shot, if possible, if he were to move up there and be there.
Yeah, that's why, if anything... Sorry, go ahead.
I was gonna say, that also just gets you in.
Yeah. And then you have no backup. Like, you really want him as close as possible. You know, getting in is one thing, but you kind of want to get that shifter out so everyone can take a shot at him.
Well, no, I think... I think the best plan of action would be me and Shani to get back up at least to the little guard posts. We could attempt to stealth past them.
As best you can, and if you get spotted...
And if we get spotted...
blow it.
And then, pretty much, as soon as you hear explosions, it's time for you and Honeycomb, because it'll just be me and Shani stealthing.
Do you have something you want us to shoot at initially, whether we don't have a target or not?
Any guard patrols that are out. But I think the main thing is, the moment you hear explosions, is run.
Yeah,
Try to get as deep...
I want you to get caught
over
up
here
to us best you can.
Oh, okay.
Because we're going to need you basically, one, probably to get in, two, to...
So you're going to need 2 turns, because I'm going to have to fire once and then run another one. I'm going to have to lay down cover fire. It's going to be the entire
Well,
turn.
if you're not going to... You're probably not going to need to lay down cover fire in that first turn.
Okay.
What will happen is, they'll move forward. Once they get spotted, they blow, and all the guard posts get killed at that point. So then you start running from the tree line to get up there. Honeycomb will take care of any patrols that are in your way. But the moment you get up to like this area is going to be the time to plant and start killing anything that's going to be trying to follow them.
Let's do it.
Ready?
So do we need to stealth back to...
You do need to stealth back. So assist her.
And this is just to get to the guard post area?
Let's just get to the guard post area. 12, 18.
I got a 6.
No, sorry, 6, 12, 13. You got she's got a +2, so that's a 15. You got to give her a +1, so that's a 16.
You made it.
Your stealth?
Yeah. So you get past the guard post.
Shit.
Past the guard.
You get past the guard posts. Yeah, she's figured it out when she was invisible. She's like, oh, if we go here, there's a blind spot, this, that. Go over here, da-da-da. So you're up almost towards the concessions at the back, like this thing at the back of the amphitheater.
This Royal Guard troops are...
They're here. They're at this concession stand. So you...
So we're like next
So,
to
like,
them?
yeah, you're... So you... Well, not really. So these are the
show
3
they're
guard
pointing at
posts.
a picture of a horse.
Yeah. These are the 3 guard posts here. You got past that, so you're like pretty much like here or here. But as you're kind of heading up that way, you see like one of them standing there, and he's got that crazy magical looking halberd. And he's like kind of like looking in your area. Seems like he's honing in on where you guys are. He looks like he has a metal like cape behind him. He's got this halberd. He's got a whole bunch of cybernetics and going on.
At least he's not homoing in. He would have found you right away. Hey.
Oh.
Got him. Shit. Question now is, do I go for this? Do we go for the ultimate stealth roll? Do we try it?
It's up to you, man. You can't look at us and ask us.
It'll be individual stealths to try to hide.
It's either that or we just blow things right now and start the show.
Almost like
give
at
it
this,
one,
almost
one
at this,
stealth. Yeah, give one stealth roll.
almost at this point, you could even just tell him to start running. Right? Like, so, and all of a sudden, like, it'll take the, like, so there'll be brodkil walking and they go, that's a glitter boy. Or have her pop her smoke and say, what the fuck is that? And then when you hear commotion and these people get distracted, you blow it and run.
You're the chief.
But you've got, I wish I had your egg timer.
I know the timer.
You've got like 10 seconds to decide. Do you want to hide for one more round, try to sneak by them one more time, or have him start running?
Because we can do, I think sneak one more time, because we can do all this one more time.
Let's attempt the stealth.
Okay.
But
These
those are individual rolls.
These are individual rolls against these.
I was going to say, because as soon as he identifies you, the plan's already set up.
I know. Damn it, Shani.
Well, let's see what you get.
Yeah. Oh.
Did you get a 6?
Yeah, another 6.
Well, roll it.
No, it's a 6 on his 8.
Oh, okay.
I didn't
So
say anything
she got a 7 with her +2, and you got a 6, so...
You don't get any pluses to stealth?
No, he doesn't.
You loud asshole.
Well, you don't have woodsman, right? I don't think you do. You're spotted.
Oh.
Alright.
So my plan was, as soon as I see the explosion, to start running.
To start running.
The theater. All right, cool.
Yep.
So.
And Honeycomb is like flying just behind you and over top of you, and he's going to be blasting.
Protector.
He's going to be blasting the people in your way. Oh, okay.
And we'll probably have to fight these big things on our own for a turn or two.
I can lock in and shoot him.
As soon as you get up there, like
I'm pretty far away.
You're pretty far away, but Sugar says using their spotting, she can give you trajectories that will blast through all the obstacles between you and them.
But I would have to lock in first.
You'd have to lock in first.
Also, the glitter boy itself, does it have like a quicker pace?
Oh yeah, that thing runs like 60 miles an hour.
Yeah. The D6 plus 1 D6.
9 and a 4. 9 and 4. Not fantastic.
I have a 6 plus. And that's
Honeycomb goes on
6 plus a D6.
Honeycomb goes on your initiative. So
my initiative.
Correct.
Boo.
Right. Because he's protecting you.
Can we change
Holy
that?
crap! A 2 and a 2.
Redraw.
Thus.
An 8.
Oh.
Damn it.
Wow. And they know it's time for them to face the last battle.
This is really intense.
2-2-8. Holy crap! What a horrible draw. King for Shani.
Who's Shani?
Apparently, she has a bow.
She does have a bow.
It's a bow.
5 for the broad.
I don't know what she uses it for, but apparently
Wait,
she
got a
has
5. Do I get to go first?
No, King goes first.
Oh.
Shani goes first.
Shani goes first.
They do go last, though. There's that.
They do go last.
Don't do the same thing. Maybe put some more dice in the front.
Shani pops her blade and armor and charges them and says, basically tells you to make a run for the amphitheater.
He's busy.
Trying to get his cards to stand up.
Robert, a bow since when?
A bow since when?
Nobody knows.
Nobody knows.
Second session.
Since like the second session.
Very beginning.
Since last session.
So Shani jumps up and engages both of the Royal Guard looking brodkil.
Damn, she is ballsy.
Yeah, and hits nothing. But is like communicating to you, like, just make a run for the amphitheater.
Oh, okay.
Alright, so I think you're next.
Lock in.
So you're just going to use...
It's up to you. Should I lock in or should I continue advancing?
If he
I
locks
can fire
in...
from here, but if I lock in now, then I'm down for another 2 turns.
Right. If he locks in now, he'll be able to cover the front of the... I should also explain. You hit the switch... Oh, you haven't really got to yours yet.
Yeah.
So if he locks in now, he's just covering the front, and he's only going to be using indirect fire to help you. Otherwise, he has to keep running.
Keep running.
I think you should keep running.
Keep running, yeah. I'm not even listening to him on the radio. We're running.
All right.
I wouldn't even have asked you for that, yeah, so just keep running.
Then it's you.
So what happened when I hit the switches?
So you hit the switches.
The ass drops. Oh, the thing explodes up.
Yeah. There's 2 very large explosions over on the other side of the theme park, and then 2 smaller explosions. Did you tell Sugar Sisters and Jimbo to come in? Are you going to do that? Like, is that some part of the plan you want to do? Okay. Like, say, hey, make strafing runs.
We're winging it. All right.
Make strafing runs on
explosions. Holy shit! Cover us.
Yeah. Also, all 3 guard posts go up. So you have a line of explosions that are your target that you're running to. Your pace gets you halfway there. Like, you'll be at the amphitheater next turn, and Honeycomb is flying over top of you. He's blasting away at the patrols that are in the way.
Makes sense.
So. There we go. Queen and Jack.
Hey. That means you get nothing.
I like this for the day. How the GM imagines this game is going.
What was that?
Woo!
5 and Queen. What do you got going on?
You gotta wait for the game now.
How the GM imagines this game going. How the players actually play it.
I runs really fast. Pew pew.
10 for Shani. Ace for the brodkil.
So you guys marching like badass? No, we run in very silly like. That's probably bad for Shani. I was like, well, Shani just died, so...
Your sentiment was so deep, it was probably bad for Shani. That's all I got to say about that.
She's soaking some damage?
Yeah, she's soaking some damage.
I thought what she did.
She's still taking damage. You hear her cry out in pain.
Arg! That's what she sounds like.
Arg! You have a really deep voice.
I'm an Atlantean. I just got shot.
I didn't know she was a brodkil. All right. So
live fast, leave a beautiful corpse. That's what I always say. You should say something else. I'm thinking of her as the cigarette smoking hooker from Futurama.
Shots come in at you. Nothing hits. Like wildfire as you're just hauling ass.
Is that the queen's turn?
Continue running.
All right. So you crash through the explosions, or what's left of the barricades and that.
Idea the shitty queen.
And you're making your way up. So there's a group of brodkil here, and a whole bunch of mini missiles hit them as Honeycomb dumps his first payload of mini missiles to clear this area. And what you're seeing next, your next option is you either stop here and help Shani, or you head up and plant at the amphitheater.
Stick to the plan.
So,
which is
continue on.
fuck Shani.
Not fuck Shani,
No.
but you know, I have my part to play. It takes a lot of time to like lock down and get ready. Helping her eliminates like 3 rounds for me, so I can't do it.
Sugar comes through and says, "I'm picking up strange seismic vibrations to your left."
Are they good vibrations?
No.
Yeah.
They're seismic vibrations.
Do you look left?
Obviously, I look left.
You don't see a whole lot going on, but they're like the big wooden old dilapidated roller coaster has like dust and debris shaking off of it.
Lock in, face that direction.
So you're stopping here. You're not getting to the. So you've just gotten to where the guard posts have been destroyed.
Yes.
Okay. So you screech to a halt. Lock in.
That ain't no good. Yeah.
Oh, there we go. There we go.
Are those for the NPCs?
Now this is for Shani.
Oh, I was like, don't yell, there they go for the bad guys. Yeah, motherfuckers.
What's wrong
Need
with
some
you?
help? You need help with that? I'll cut your fruit for you. It's too big.
Cut your fruit for you. Wow.
It's getting there. You're doing good. Sometimes things are hard. You gotta keep trying. I'm proud of you.
She hacks through and wounds one of the royal guard.
Yeah, I have 19 more to go, and then like 200 more.
And then 200. It's not dead, but it is severely wounded.
It says ouch. It's like, oh.
Is it shaken?
It is shaken.
Well,
Duh. Wounds go before. Shakes go before wounds, buddy.
I know, but he didn't say it. I'm just clarifying.
Some things don't shake.
Oh.
There's also a terrible, terrible rule of some creatures can't take any damage until they're shaken.
Oh, that's right. That inverted pyramid monster that I shot in the chest didn't get shaken. That's right. Fuck that thing, too. You did it,
You did it. Deyton, spelled wrong.
Spelled your name wrong.
Again.
It's
even though it's on the screen. In
It's on the screen. I forgot.
It's just disrespectful at this point.
Yeah.
Disrespect.
Boo.
You put some spec on that.
Here, let's change out of the layout and put Robert down there.
Yeah, as far away from date as possible. All right. So.
My turn?
Yes.
I feel like I should have gone before.
Yeah, your actions didn't really affect Shani's. So sorry for jumping the gun. But go.
Guessing I'm just running.
So there are brodkil between you and the door.
How
Are
many?
you just gonna like 4?
Okay.
They're kind of dispersed throughout the amphitheater area. Are you just gonna try to run past them, or are you gonna try to like attack one on the way through?
I'll run up so your back's against mine. Because what the fuck?
He'd have to run back to you.
Oh, you're past me?
Yeah, he's way past you.
I botched the plan. I was not a team player.
Are there possibly 2 close enough for a small blast grenade?
Yes.
Okay. I shoot a grenade.
As you're running.
I do that?
Alright, I mean, you have all the necessary edges so that you take no penalties while moving and shooting and all that jazz, so go for it. Yeah, I need
but
another. Thank you.
this is just a one shot, right? Because it's just the one grenade. Correct.
One single shot, one grenade. Correct. We'll give a sneak preview of the layout for tomorrow night's game at the end of the session.
What? Stay tuned.
I might change some of it up still, but
So you're lying to us.
I still have some things to figure out. I kind of like it though. I don't have a preference.
No one cares. Anyways, let's try to hit these
Moosehead,
assholes.
the official drink of Arkansas post-apocalypse.
Stella, Wileyverse's new sponsor, hopefully.
So 6. They have, since it's a grenade, they have a chance to dodge it.
That's if they are noticing and on their toes.
Add a d6.
No, go ahead and roll damage.
Okay.
They aren't prepared for a guy coming running out of nowhere past the royal guards and launching a grenade at him.
Yeah, I can ride the recoil right into the dirt. Ooh.
6 plus 8 is 14.
Yeah, I did.
Ride the recoil right to your ass.
Plus 5
18.
more is 19.
14. Yes.
19 AP.
8.
Boom.
Yeah, they go with getting blasted aside. They land. They're torn up, shaken. They're down. They're not going to get up in the span of you running to the door. So.
Okay. Cool.
2 and 7.
That means good things, though.
For you.
God, a 4 and an 8. What is going on? What is?
I still go
I
with
need
It's
a-
because we're actually
I
in
need
the
a
action
reshuffle.
part. Yeah, so we're in the action part.
Shani got a Joker.
What? Benny the fuck out of me, please. Yo necesito.
Like Benny the fuck out of me means bend him over and
Get bent. 9 for the
I'd
bad
like to
guys.
take initiative in your ads.
Shani's going to try to. She's going to seize the initiative.
I was minding you only getting fucking.
You were reminding me. There we go. Yay, a hit with a friggin'. Whoops, sorry. Hit with a raise. Yowzer. 16, 20, 26, 31, 33.
That's her bow.
That's her
Oh, her
damage
Kopesh.
with her
Jesus
Kopesh.
Christ.
She is like, so she shakes and injures the one, and like the other one's like bearing down on her, and she just like hooks under the halberd and brings the blade up just inside of his body, and the thing just splits apart.
Shit.
Cybernetics exposed. It falls down. The weird metal cape that's on the back like flares out, and these things have cybernetic wing jetpacks on, and it's all and it just collapses to the ground.
See, I don't think I've rolled higher than a 30 more than once
Yeah.
with the glitter.
Oh, that was
blade.
another plus 2, so that was 35. So 35 and another plus 2 to hit, so yeah, she annihilated one of those, which is good.
the one that wasn't.
Was not shaken. She was the one that was shaking. She was just trying to get the other one, get a hit on the other one, and see if she can shake that. And she killed it. So, is it them next?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah,
All right.
We
I have an
drew
80 as a
really,
7.
really low. Yeah.
So
it's really
you
bad.
planted and you're looking over at the
sound.
at the
it
sound
seemed
from
insane,
like
yeah.
coming from that roller coaster, and like like it's an old wooden roller coaster. It's got the slats like a train track, and you see it shuffle those tracks, like the boards of the tracks go and like kind of like pop up, and a whole bunch of dust and debris come off them. But it almost looks like it's like a spine kind of shrugging, like
So it's doing it as a whip.
as a there's a wave of those, like if you ever seen like all the old cartoons and they hit something and all the tracks go,
Yeah.
but this just happens down the arc of the part of the roller coaster you can see, and then the supports of it start to creak ominously and snap and break, but they're not falling down, they're coming together, clumping, and almost like something's grabbing them and pushing them together into parts.
What do you think of that, sugar?
She starts scanning and like okay, all of this got pushed here, and all this got pushed here, and all this got pushed here, and the overlays she's putting over it start to look like legs.
Great.
It looks like the ride is coming to life.
I know it's not my turn, but I remain locked in.
The 2 brodkil take shots at you.
I was like, nothing's happened yet. Me? No.
1 hits.
No.
Very well.
On me?
No,
Not me.
No. Sucks to be you.
These are the 2 that I didn't knock to the ground with my grenade.
I mean, I assume it sucks to be you kind of normally, but this time extra. It's fucked up. My beats, you got it.
You got this beats.
I'll say she's free, but I can't help you right now.
36 plus 2. AP 2. What's your armor?
I'm at a total of 15 inside my armor.
What?
Is it? I think it's 18.
Better than me.
No.
Oh wait, no, that's
No, that is not
no,
better
I'm
than
sorry.
you.
29. Sorry.
Whoops.
Oh,
Fuck you mean?
6,
Whoops.
12, 13, 14, 15, 16,
Jesus.
17, 18. So 18 AP2. So that's going into your 13, 13 to 17. It's a shaken with a wound unless you want to soak.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got that Joker, and I got this extra Benny. I'm gonna
Yep.
use it to
So
soak.
still, holy cow.
Fuck that.
I think you puckered a little bit too. Go ahead and roll it. Vigor. Push your wild die.
Yeah, lucky vigor.
Yep. That's.
Yeah, you're
That'll do it.
Yeah! Wait, let keep
Damn.
rolling it. Keep rolling it.
Yeah, you don't even.
damn it.
You don't even.
25.
You don't even stumble.
You watch the thing go whoosh. You're like, whatever.
No, it hits him. He just
No.
doesn't even stumble. Like,
Ooh. Like, ha ha ha.
whatever.
Didn't even singe a whisker.
So. All right.
That was a good roll.
Now who's going between you?
Next, right?
Go.
Yep.
You will make it to the door this turn.
Question
You want to
is-
knock?
Do you want to knock?
You run up.
I mean, try it. No. I don't know.
What is your plan when you get to the door?
God damn.
Well, first things first, when I get to the door, can I unmask real quick and
Take a whiff.
take a whiff?
Yeah, sure. So you're running up to the door, like, toot, 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 and your mask opens up, and it's like that second of time is like your vision goes dead from the monitors on inside the mask, and it opens, and you get to see, and it's like chook, chook, and you kind of like get startled because the doors are opening in front of you.
Oh, okay.
And they smell
Now,
like...
make a notice.
Yeah. This is a weird time to make them notice shit.
This is where I need that roll I just had though. So
Yeah, right.
I would notice
25.
fucking everything.
That's
Meanwhile,
not
in
how you do
life,
Meanwhile, I'm like, yeah, you're
it.
too.
You benny that shit.
There's a whole lot of magic going on right next to you over in that.
Yeah, but we're not even going to say that roll
we're just
out
gonna
loud.
re-roll that one.
Was it a 1-2?
No.
Was it a 1-1?
It was a 1-2.
It was not a 1-1.
It was not.
Because you
We
can't
know,
re-roll that.
we know double one rule.
Double
we know,
one.
We know it much better.
All right, 7. Do
Plus.
I have the +2
Yeah, you
since I
do.
took the so a 9?
9. You smell the witchling.
Of course I do,
Of course,
but I can't see it.
you cannot see it.
Okay, that's fair.
That's what it does.
But it's invisible.
Yep. So yeah, that's your turn.
Are you to shoot the thing?
Yeah, so there's clearly pieces are clumping together into
Or
legs.
you have
But
other
it seems to
Is
be,
what it
yeah.
seems to be. So it's making 4 legs, 6 legs, 8
Oh,
legs.
a lot more than that. This thing is massive.
Is there a shot I can
Like-
take that would go through one leg and then go through a second leg, or
Just
3 legs, or
I
4
mean-
legs?
Just take a look at the roller coaster again and imagine
No,
that
I'm-
entire thing is a spine.
I know what's
Yeah,
fucking
like-
happening. All right.
This thing is the size of a skyscraper if it was to stand on end.
Can I line the shot up to go through 2 or 3 legs at a time?
You can line the shot up to hit 2 legs forming and hit the legs on this side and the other side.
Let's do that. Let's at least start with it. Uh-oh.
Go for it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
12.
A plus to your shooting.
13.
Okay.
Minusing 2 points of penalties. This thing is large as hell, so you get another +2. So
it's 13. -2 for penalties.
No. You ignore -2 of penalties.
So
yeah, you're at 15 now. Still a hit with a raise. So go for it.
Did you roll your raised dice?
The D6.
Oh, my raised dice. 26, 32.
32.
32.
AP.
25.
Okay, it smashes and splinters wood. You see, there's... It doesn't completely leave a hole through it. There's still some parts. The problem being that there's a whole lot of little interconnected planks. It doesn't roar or anything like that. You can't really tell how much you damaged it.
Will you tell... Or Sugar, can you silence the low ammo counter?
She's like, why do you even have that set to that?
Every shot has
low ammo.
Silence.
It's not full. It's low.
You're catching on.
It's low ammo.
Also, something's telling me we can't ignore this thing, but
You can.
we may.
You need to ignore this thing completely and do what you're doing. Bring Shani with you if at all possible, but if not, get in there and grenade
She's
that
still got
little
one
pitch.
more Royal Guard dude to deal with.
Yep.
I've still got...
I'm on my own for a little bit.
I've got Evanrude, the Sugar Sisters, Honeycomb, and a big-ass gun. Ignore me. Get the fuck in there.
Yeah.
Get this
Honeycomb, when you first planted, blew over top of you. He was like, whoa, we're stopping.
Yeah.
Comes back around, starts to, kill brodkil running up behind you. And then you've heard the screaming engines of the 2 sky cycles, along with their laser turret, their rapid fire lasers, going off on the other side of the park.
Plus, Plato's from Texas. He's going to love blowing up something from Arkansas. It's fun. It's just something that's... I know exactly what song you're talking about.
All right. Jack 7. You got yourself.
It's better, yeah.
So that's a good sign.
Look, I've pulled this Jack
I should make a
quite bit.
rule about if you pull yourself,
No.
you get something.
No, I don't add rules to it. It's just neat
It's
to keep.
it's a fun
I'm
thing,
just
though.
comfortable getting him.
A 4-2
No, redraw.
queen.
There you go.
4-2 queen of clubs.
I had this-
Jack. Oh, I forgot to roll for that recovery. The Royal Guard recovered. Oops. Yeah, and missed Shani with an attack. Sorry, catching up a little bit. They go in 2, so it's everyone else.
Who goes in what?
I think I got a queen.
You got a queen, you got a jack, so you're going first. So the door opened in front of you. Are you continuing to run, or are you stopping?
Go in.
I mean, I'm going in for sure. I don't know if I need to keep running.
Slow it down a bit.
I don't know where I'm going, but fuck it. Yeah.
A strange being infests your mind
Honestly, I'm
with
going to start looking
ridiculous bullshit.
around.
With ridiculous
I
bullshit.
mean, I know I can smell the witchling, but I don't know
The only one
where
who
it's at.
survives the mental cacophony is your NPC you've been making fun of since the beginning of the game.
She strides out of here victorious.
What was his name? What was that?
Hmm?
Who was our half giant in Dark Side?
Starts with a B, right?
Brawl, yeah. He was the one that saved us from the mental worms cave.
That was pretty fucking funny.
Only at the end of it. Mark and I were just like rolling bullshit, getting like crazier and crazier. I think at one point we were swimming down to get away from what we thought was the air or something like that. It got ridiculous. Yeah, we were rolling so poorly.
All right.
And there's that time that we found his boot, or you found his boot.
Yeah, Roll finds his boot all the time.
You see a giant's boot. Oh,
it's attached to the giant.
It's his own boot. It's a cloak of devouring. We should sell it. You know what? Just give it away. But we haven't identified it yet. Yes, we did. No. Well, all right.
No, we just don't know what we got. Yeah, you don't know what you got. How would you know what you got?
I love that it was a cloak of climbing, but the entire time we thought it was a cloak of devouring.
Because you miss garbage day. All right.
huh? No.
So you run in, or make your way into the open maw of this building that opened just for you, like as you kind of ran up. You're in this large antechamber, like it used to be the front part of the stage. It's got some walls in it now, curved walls with some archways that go deeper in. In the middle is this kind of fire pit on the floor with some magical flame going, which immediately overwhelms your senses.
Overwhelms it enough that I need to...
It's not... I mean, you're not going to be smelling anything else.
Okay.
But it's not hurting you yet. That's what you see. You don't see a witchling. You don't see anything else. You want to see if you can pinpoint where the witchling is. You want to try to do something against the fire, or you want to keep going down one of the corridors.
I don't have any advice for this
How
one.
many corridors are there?
3. There's one past the flames, one on each side.
Can you smell which way?
You kind of said that fire is like
Which way, boy?
overbearing my senses, so it won't really help. I mean, I can still try to tell, but I'm not going to get a +2 to the roll, right?
Correct. That is correct.
Just roll it anyway, at least for a hint. I mean,
Oh yeah, let's try to do that then. Five. Nothing happens. Moving on.
Yeah. There's magic. There's more magic to the left and right. Like that's prevalent in the rooms that are right on the left. Right there.
So
the left and right corridors.
I think you should go into the fire then.
Go into the fire?
That's a GM trick. Don't go in the fire. No, fuck that. Go in the fire.
I'm not
No, there's a gateway on the other side. And
No,
these
I get
aren't
it.
really corridors. They're just archways that go into other compartments. Because this used to be just a giant stage. It's about all you can do, unless you want to... any other tricks up your sleeve for bonus actions or anything like that?
No.
Alright.
No, wait. The witchling acted really erratic the first time we saw it. I'm trying to think of something you could do to give yourself a hint. Like fire blindly down one hall and see if there's a yell or anything. Like, that wouldn't make any sense, though.
I imagine there's still doors that I have to go through, right? Or is it open hallways?
They're open. They're open archways into other compartments that this stage has been separated into.
I mean, can I at least select which doorway I'm going to head towards?
Sure.
We're going to go right first.
Right.
Back you up.
Okay.
Just so for next turn, it's...
Jack of Spades. She's going to try to kill off this fucker. She hits. Not with a raise, but still a hit.
This is an interesting scenario. We're definitely very split right now. Like, I mean, you guys are at least all sort of in the same yardish area.
That's
but
nothing though. I'm locked in. I'm facing a direction and I can't move.
I'm straight up by myself.
There is no party right now.
Right. She reshapes
There's three individuals with cover fire. Call fucking Honeycomb.
Well, Honeycomb's with you.
Well, we can redirect.
Like, you'll have brodkil on your back attacking.
Don't call Honeycomb.
He is the only thing stopping that from happening. Because you planted to face
I'm really not having a good time shooting at this.
And you have the entire theme park behind you, which is all the brodkil.
I got it.
So.
When my first shot went through everything, I was like, that's what I expected, but... Alright.
Right.
What you do? Shake it again?
She shook it again, yeah.
Shook it, let the pull the board.
So can we aim the shot at 2 more legs?
Yep.
What's going on around us?
Honeycomb is trying to keep you clear of brodkil from behind you. He's just flying around above you, shooting at things.
We're not in immediate, like, this turn danger.
God
damn it.
You are constantly in danger, but he has not said that he's being overwhelmed yet. He hasn't warned you that you're about to be hit.
Smoke launchers, do they rotate? Shoot behind, forward? Okay. Keep that in mind. Shoot. Can I get through 2 legs again?
Yep.
All right, 2 legs again. Much better. 16 for the shot.
All right.
1 raise, 2 raises.
That's 1 raise. You never get more than
That's what I thought.
a raise
Just
on
making
one
sure.
combat.
14, 17, 18, 20, 25. AP 25.
Is it 25 plus 6 or something?
Oh, sorry, 31 AP 25.
31 AP 25. You smash through like legs up close to where the track is, and that track seems to like crumple, and now you do hear kind of like a loud creaking moan come out of this thing and a shudder through all of it. As that like just caves in, and that part of it moves very disjointed now and cracks and breaks as it tries to maneuver.
I would probably contact Beats at this point and be like, Beats, I'm making something big out here really mad. So anytime now.
Hey, you've heard the boom gun go off twice already, plus the shuddering of the ground.
Should we silence the low ammo?
How about I just turn it off until after this conflict?
No.
Fine. It does not recover from shaken.
Yay.
Yeah. One positive.
Awesome. Alrighty.
Out of curiosity, like, did the 2 brodkil that shot and hit me and anything, did they follow me inside, or are they outside having fun with these guys?
You don't see or hear them behind you.
Okay. I'm just curious if we needed to make a roll for, like, they followed you and now they're shooting you and in the back.
Alright.
Cool.
In the future, don't ask the GM to roll for his own NPCs. Let him forget about those.
Robert.
Well, what's happening?
He's clipping his fingernails with an X-Acto knife, so I'm trying to get him to... He'll come with a bloody stump tomorrow night session.
He's our fighter, right?
Yeah.
Just don't cut too deep so you can hold your sword. He says what?
Spending a evil Benny. All right. Make a whoop.
Make a whoop?
I believe it's going to be a spirit check.
Who, me?
No, him.
Oh. Like, whatever this thing is, I don't want it to wake up. Because he's have to make a spirit check against the roller coaster demon. It's going to suck.
Oh, you are going to have to make a spirit check against fear.
It's fine. I get it. That's what I'm saying. I keep
in a second
waiting for the bullshit part of this battle to show up.
Bullshit.
I stabbed myself with your dick.
Make a smarts roll -4.
-4?
Yep.
The fuck? With no wild?
Yes.
That's all you're going to tell me right now?
Correct.
Ooh, so a 5 minus 4, that would be 1.
Okay.
+2, right? 3. Still a failure.
You see
like,
the flames kind of like swirl up and around something.
Like the big fire.
And the fire in the mountains like, and then they kind of like disperse into another crazy colors. And as you're like, what the hell? And you're turning right to go there. Then all of a sudden there's no door, and the door's up there, and then you're on the floor. And what's going on? And you just like all of a sudden there's an impact warning on your armor as you hit the ground. Everything just changed perspective to you, and nothing makes sense. Something is affecting your senses.
Shift turn axis.
Yeah.
You should shoot
Magic.
yourself with the grenade. Like,
Yeah, just blunk. Just put one of those right in your
I'll
mouth.
hit him. That's the secret.
It's like play catch with yourself.
Dunk!
This is a good boy. Me. Why even ask? Because I just want to hear it.
So,
Dog boy.
I stabbed myself, you dick. I wish. Why do you wish?
Because I said I stabbed myself with your dick.
Alright. So, yep, you are shaken.
Assuming
you got that?
control.
I'm assuming direct control. That's everyone, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
Alright. 6-9.
That's...
Oh, no, that isn't everyone. Thanks for reminding me that I shouldn't be reminded of things. Nope, the head finally rears up of the roller coaster. It used to be like where you would go to get into the roller coaster, so it used to be
It's going to happen either way.
the housing, but now it just looks like a big dragon maw demon head of jagged boards and I-beams. Smoke is coming out of where the eye sockets are placed, and it starts slowly turning towards you. 6-9. 69, dude.
It's clearly a 96, but whatever.
Sorry. I'll place it better next time. 5-9. With coalition, so there you go.
Whatever that means.
Queen of
It's
the
a
coalition.
flush. That's something that I do.
That thing. Has anybody identified that yet?
Yeah.
Possibly?
It's just
nobody.
that it's someone attacking New Quebec from the coalition. I still don't know.
But she's using magic. She's
Yeah.
hitting New Quebec.
Uh-huh.
I get it. I just, the character doesn't make any sense to me. I can't figure it out.
They got a 10.
Of course they did.
Of course they did. So,
It's bad for both of us.
Yes.
Shani. Shani's first, right? You got 9s.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got you.
Shani hits.
It's already shaken.
It's already shaking. Yeah, it's dead.
She got 1.
She got 2.
2. She got 2.
So. Both the royal guards are dead.
Of 19, right?
Yeah, like
2 of the
19 more.
19,
18 more pour out from the door. And then she looks over, like she's like, "Yeah, I got him." And she looks up. That's yours, Plato.
Yeah.
On it. Seeing the roller coaster monster. I'm gonna go help Beats.
Right.
Yay.
I would expect nothing less. This is my game. All right. You're up.
All right.
The enemies are up.
Yep. It raises up.
Fuck.
And crashes down on you and tries to bite you.
Luckily, I'm locked in.
Yeah. You are much smaller than it, but you're also locked in.
It's
So
a -1 instead of -2.
That's not any negative.
Come on.
I should try to dodge.
Try to dodge. You're unsuccessful.
Oh, shit.
Stop doing that.
Yeah, that's a 15 to hit you.
Shit.
So that's a hit with a raise.
That's okay.
Good thing that stuff you're wearing is called what? Armor? Yeah. That should
Hey,
help.
what's that? Oh, it's your cleverness. It's over there. Out of your brain. Fuck you. I got nothing.
I need
I rolled a 1 on my
borrow
charisma
someone's
right
D12.
Yes.
That was a literal one of my own speech right there. Like that's you're the one that fuck you. Oh, why use so many 12s?
Why do you use so many 12s? 12. 15. 15 plus 7 is
-8.
22.
That's
22
nothing.
plus 9 is 31.
31.
31 AP 10.
Oof.
Me?
Yeah.
Tough's 29, armor 18.
So your toughness 19. It got. What did I just say? 31. So 19 to 23, 23 to 27, 27 to 31.
Shaking in
So
2 wounds.
that's a shaken in 2 wounds, unless you want to soak.
Yeah.
I would soak.
So good.
I would soak the shit out of that.
So roll your
Holy shit.
vigor
Vigor.
and your
Dice
wild
back.
die. Yep. That's it, right?
Yeah, that's fine. Vigor. This never happens. Shit.
This whole this massive head just crashes into you. Impact warnings go up. Your armor's crunching around you. What'd you get?
18.
So you
5.
soaked it.
No, I got a 5.
So you only take 1 wound,
And he's shaking.
and you're not shaken.
Okay.
The moment you use the moment you soak, you don't get shaken.
18.
Just shut my mouth. 18.
Alright.
2d6 no reroll.
So it smashes into you. Impact warnings everywhere. Your armor's crunching in around
No,
you.
totally.
There's smoke filling your visor and everything around. It feels hot in here. Like the temperature gauge is going. Like you're not feeling it yet, but like this thing is like a smokehouse inside, and you're in the dark now. Like you're.
Sugar, I said turn off the low ammo counter.
Turning. Do you want me to turn off the impact warning counter alarms? No. You're in the maw of the beast. Like this roller coaster just like, and now the entire thing is like moving around like a big serpent.
And I'm smashed down on my back. I'm assuming.
No, you're still standing. Yeah, like because you're in pylons. Like you're pyloned up, so you're like, and your mouth is just around you like this.
Shoot the fuck out of it right now, but it's not my turn.
Knock the fucking clear off your boy. Not yet. He did have that happen once. He did it to himself. He knocked the chromium right out of his mouth.
I was like, nah,
yeah, I did. I shot a reactor that was 20 feet away.
For how scared he is of damage to his own armor, I feel like James really blasts his own armor to shit over and over again. That's part of his knife, though. That was he survived because someone's weapon wasn't prepared to kill him. So I misuse it on a regular basis, but I also maintain the shit out of it. Lots of repair rolls.
You guys are up. Who's higher? Spades. So recover from shaken. Spirit.
Right.
All right. Yes.
That'll do it. You shake it off. You're on the ground. You don't see the wisps of that fire going up anymore, but everything kind of makes sense.
Our doors back to normal areas and stuff.
You're like halfway between the front door and the right door that you chose to go down. Still in the entryway, though.
Are things moving? Oh, no, sorry, I'm not there. Sorry.
I mean, still, like, you still get this, like, you're coming back from nausea or sickness. You have that weird feeling, but everything seems to be back in its place.
I just have suggestions, but I can't tell you because I'm not there.
Like, I didn't do anything weird last time.
You're on the search. Look around. Smell things. Throw stuff.
Can I just, like,
punch the wall?
notice again?
Yep, go for it. You're on the ground, so noticing is kind of a passive action. I mean, it takes a little bit of time because you're trying to get big information out of it, but I won't let it take up, like, you also getting up or starting to move.
So can I not just get up first?
Yeah, if
I
you
would
want to.
move without notice first.
I want to just stay on the ground, look around, notice first, and then make your decisions based off what you notice.
You should probably do what the GM says.
I'm just saying, like, you're down there. Who knows what's going to happen next?
Still a good damn. Getting fucking hot on the sevens right now.
Yeah. Nothing. So
stand up.
get up, stand up. And
Look around for right.
I don't know what to do. I had no idea how to solve this puzzle.
Do something weird.
go over what did you last see before you blacked out? Something happened in the room before the room all
The
changed.
fire went up.
And did
Knocked my ass to the ground. I made the door seem like it was in the fucking ceiling or some shit.
that was definitely a magic spell that was cast. You smelled the witchling in here.
You want me to shoot above the fire? I'll shoot above the fire. Fuck it.
Shoot where the tendril of the fire dissipated?
Yeah.
Go for it.
I attack the darkness.
I mean, fuck. I don't know.
That's what you want to do.
There's an elf there. Whoa.
Whoa. And I have gray eyes.
Your character sheet says blue.
No, but I want to have gray eyes.
Are there girls there?
What a
Where?
great video.
Where they're casting all this magic.
Alright, so...
This is
You're
burst fire?
not there yet.
Oh, its rate of fire is 4. So
Yeah, this is his railgun.
Yeah.
Perfect.
That's so I figure I'm going to hit some.
5,
7765.
7765. All right. You let loose a volley that sprays the ceiling across the way from like where you're at the door. So it's kind of the ceiling between the middle door and the left door, since you're over by the right door shooting in, and it just sprays and puts big holes in the stone and doesn't seem to do much else.
Cool.
But it's all real tight. It was a good shot. I'm gonna fire up into this
shit.
thing's.
They went first.
I'm gonna
Sorry.
fire up into this thing's mouth.
Okay. You
I'm
just
in
pull
it,
the, yeah,
right?
you're in it. You just pull the trigger. At this point,
I don't have to fire.
yeah, just roll damage. There's no way you can pull this trigger and not hit it.
They get a bonus?
No.
Well, then I don't want to play you. Fuck, man. 22. Oh, sorry. Plus it. Yeah. 28. AP 25.
28, AP 25. No daylight, no change. It shudders. More crunching around you. You pulled that, like, you were hoping that you'd blast a hole and see daylight, but that did not happen.
Sugar, can you silence the low ammo alarm?
Yes. before the end of the turn. The fire flicks up somewhere above the fire where you weren't shooting.
What? The shifter is in there somewhere?
Well, I know the witchling's in here.
Witchling in it. Uh-oh.
Putting this back on.
Make a agility.
Ooh.
Ooh, an agility. Wait for me.
Are you serious?
Yeah, I would love to see it. I'm sorry to slip you into the game.
Seems like one of those puzzles I would look up online because I can't figure it out.
Yeah, so the flame...
How do you catch the fucking witchling?
So the flame kind of swirls up around something and then it bursts into another effect. And it's like you were shooting where you thought you where you thought it was before, but of course you got into confusion land after that. It was right above it, but then you moved right. Now it's off-centered a little bit where it went up and terminated. He's really making us wait.
Yeah, Mr. Slow P.
Yeah.
I don't know why he drinks those beers so fast.
He's all excited now. He's pounding them.
Sorry, seeing the witchling made me ink.
You guys made me ink.
So agility check with the wild, correct?
Correct.
5.
Okay. You keeping that? You're re-rolling it? Yeah. And then,
I'll add a d6.
Yes. Yes. Much better.
8.
okay. So the ground beneath you, all of a sudden, all these, between the cracks and all that in the stone floorboards, all this black viscous fluid starts to pour out and it goes up your legs and into your actuators and starts hooking around your arms and stuff. And you're like, you're being entangled and kind of pulled down.
Except it sounds like,
Am I shaking?
No, you are -2 pace, -2 anything that involves strength or agility. That includes shooting. You can try to break free every round if you want.
Cool.
Cool.
could be worse. I'm inside of a dinosaur mouth.
I don't really know what you're inside of roller coasters now.
2, 8.
Get the fuck out of here.
What is going on?
Damn it, man.
All the face guards at the bottom?
Did you shuffle or did you just put all the shit that we had back on top?
Jack 3.
You see it to go first. Ish.
King for Shani.
Joker for the enemies.
My turn.
King for enemies.
My turns don't mean shit.
All right. Shani is killing the 2 brodkil that are outside.
Cool. Someone help me. I don't know what's going on.
She's trying to get to you.
I can't do anything. What are you talking about? I'm fighting a dinosaur.
That's her. All right, then.
Don't split the party.
What did she do? Anything?
She killed one.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
you just rolled all right, that was her.
Shani's continuously successful, and it's not helping us even a little bit.
I mean, it is sort of. And if we ever make a chance to get out of here, she's killing things. So that's, out of the 500 here, that's 3 that are already dead.
Very true. No, it's at least 4. She killed 2 in her first tread. Fuck. Just like I took 2 of this thing's legs out. Or 4 of its legs out and shot it through the head.
Well, plus I'm imagining some of my explosions. I
have a plan.
Those explosions have probably killed some. Especially the one that were in the guard posts, but we'll see if we get to that point. I'm in an endless psychosis maze over here and it's fucking...
Yep.
What the fuck are you looking for? It's just what?
I need to be more organized over here.
Enemy bennies.
Yeah.
I was like, I need a new chip for what just happened to you.
Gold chips are violent destruction from the
gray chips are your diet.
Yeah. We've already had that happen once.
You have 3 turns to roll out of this otherwise.
What is your armor? 15?
15.
Okay. So flame comes up again and manifests around some shape. It seems to be in a different location above the fire now. But then this black bolt just strikes down at you and ricochets off your armor. It feels very cold where it hit. But you don't seem to be damaged.
Don't seem to be?
You don't seem to be. You don't know if it's... You don't know what other effects it may have, but it didn't seem to pierce your armor. It hurt a lot. It thumped. Impact warnings go off. All the fun stuff.
Got it.
So, well, yeah. Chiming. You have your helmet still open. So. Alright. Oh, hold on. You see daylight as this thing raises off of you. But then you kind of look around and you see that its body is coiling around you. And Honeycomb's like, sorry? What do I do against this thing? So, it is trying to constrict and grapple you with its
more like a
body. Now, it's definitely... It's put its leg things back, and it's just... using its...
It sucks because I had a good plan about it, and I think that now it's not going to work. It's starting to get around you, but it's having trouble just conforming its own body enough to get a constriction in. So you're now just... All you see around you is, spine of this roller coaster, and its head is still above you, but you're not being touched or hit in any way at the moment. Right. That's them. Now it's you. You've already gone, right?
No, I interrupted you.
Yeah.
I needed to finish the...
Perfect.
So, go.
I'll attempt to break away from these.
Strength or agility, whichever one you want to try to roll.
That's a full turn, right?
Yes.
Or -2 for whatever it is you want to do beyond that.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not telling you not to break away.
Well, one...
Sorry, I got
can
excited.
I just... Instead of, keeping this thing open, can I just say fuck it and just, have it close my mask?
Yeah.
And so I want to use the strength of my power armor, since it's a D12 plus 2.
Right.
Okay. So a strength check I will do.
Yes.
A strength check you will do. It's like a Yoda question. A strength check I will do, yes.
So I have a -2, though?
Yes.
So it negates my +2.
Right.
So I got an 11.
Alright. You just snap all the black goo that's coming out for you and stamp it down, and it dissipates and retracts back into the floor.
So I'm not in the maw anymore. It's let me loose. My idea was to shoot down the spine of it. So can we line a shot up that shoots through a couple sections of the spine as it tries to coil?
Yeah, as it coils, you can try to do that. Yeah,
Like
and
I'm
it's
saying,
so
main
its head
bar.
is above you like this, and then there's a whole bunch of spine all around you. So yeah, you can.
Let's do whatever Pythias thinks is the max spine damage number of pieces of spine to go through.
Sugar goes. I've located the piece that you injured earlier.
Let's shoot that.
So there's a break in the spine, and you're trying to shoot through.
9.
I mean, it is humongous, so you get plenty of bonuses to hit. So you get a raise with that.
Ooh, I love rolling the raisin. 9, 13, 16, 20. Oh, a 32. 33.
Plus 6.
Plus 6
So
is
39.
37. 37.
39.
39. Yes.
33 plus 6.
Yes.
39.
I'm teaching this shit.
You smash that out. It like just that kind of obliterates. You see that those two kind of like parts of the spine even just like separate. Like this one keeps moving, but this one just kind of gets lost in the other wraps of the spine. It roars, smoke comes out of its mouth, but it seems like it just discards that piece of the spine and starts to reconnect other pieces.
All right.
But it whittles down a little bit of it, so.
Oh, -1.
Shall I silence the low ammo?
You shall. I like that you're on board now. I was like, oh, you're like, should I silence it? I'm like, yes, you should.
All right. That's our go?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Maybe we'll get some good cards.
I mean, eventually we have to. Someone does, at least.
8 and a 4. That's.
I mean,
I was like, there's a
Apparently
lot of
not this
balance
turn.
left. Yeah.
well, it's not going to be
Joker
him.
for you.
King Joker.
Hey.
Hey, I called it.
All right. You guys need these with some minis.
Let's fucking go.
Go time. 5 for Shani. 8 for them.
All right, goddammit.
So you doing something right now? Before he has a chance to go?
Yeah. Because I'm free of these fucking tendrils and everything. So this pit, what does it look like? Is it
it's
raised above the ground?
Nope.
Is it part of the ground?
So this
or is it
amphitheater
just-
probably used to be wood, but now it's a stone floor, and it is just a smooth stone, like, bowl in the middle of this room, and above the bowl, like it's not touching the stone or anything, is this magical flame. The roof goes up, like, like concert amphitheater, all the way up 20, 30 feet, like it's huge. Stone up there. Walls.
Alright, I'm gonna blow the bowl up.
Pook. Alright. What you shooting at it?
I just cool. Make the
Cool.
sound effect.
Cool, bro.
Boom. Roll against the bowl.
I'm not close enough to hit myself with a large blast.
Oh, no.
Right?
No.
Then let's just shoot a frag at it.
Just roll damage. You're not going to miss this.
Okay. 7, 8, 9, 10.
There's some blackening and some pits scored into the stone, but the flame seems unaffected.
And the bowl just stays there.
Got some black parts on it.
Yeah, it's got black and some scoring and pits. Like a little chunk missing where the direct impact was.
Well.
You hear cackling.
There's no way it's my turn.
Yeah, I think so.
8?
Yeah, it's an 8 of clubs for the next, so
What?
you're done. You're next. I just want to think demolitionist. Right, you're along the right path, but I think what you're trying to, you need to get a different accomplishment. Like, what are you trying to accomplish? Think about that. Go.
All right, Sugar. Can you reduce speed on the boom gun just enough that we can get a little spread on the chin and the neck area of this thing?
Shall I target for the neck joint to try to separate the head from the body?
Let's do it.
You see cross sections and analyzations of where the
Plus 20
joints are and everything. It's a called shot, but you have -2 penalties. So
plus a wound, -3.
you have -2 to penalties, so you're taking no penalty for this.
Oh,
because your targeting computer
perfect
does all that crazy
stuff. So I rolled
stuff.
a 7.
Yep, that's a hit.
Regular damage. 34.
Just, you see it shatter up under its chin. Its head kind of like sags and just smoke starts pouring out. It rears back and starts to kind of like try to duck its head back underneath its coils to get it out of your line of fire, but it like only gets like, so you're looking at it like this. You still have a shot at the top of its head, but it didn't seem to like that too much.
Did it like the other shots?
It didn't care about some of them.
Oh, okay.
It's not that it didn't like, it just didn't care that you're shooting up some of it. That one seemed to, it seems to actually being like, oh shit. Like,
the head is the answer.
That hurt. Or, I need to protect that is more what it's doing.
This dummy to shoot at the spine twice.
And, you know, break it apart.
I was doing a good job.
All of it's a good job.
Oh.
They go, so... Flame goes up to a different location now. Make an agility check.
Oh. At least it's agility and not like vigor.
4. More black. Comes back out of the ground. Seizes you again.
Shani continues to play canasta.
Yeah.
She's doing quite well. She's beating a personal best. High score.
Shani kills the second brodkil, so there's nothing standing her way to getting inside. Now. Alright.
I had to turn my thing off.
It's been eerily silent from the crowd.
They're just witnessing.
They can all sense the deaths that
This
are
is
incoming.
the horrible skill level of the players. No. Roll for nose. Ooh, 9. 9 nose. No.
Oh, they're all doing those things where they hit. They're just not
They suck at hitting.
targeting the right things.
Look at how horribly they hit. 9 on hit. What's your hit score? 2. Oh, you hit very weakly.
Let's get some good luck in this thing.
Right. At this point, even something like just regular luck would be okay.
You want me to cut it?
You have to. At this point, it's tradition. Good or bad luck, you're the deck cutter for the rest of all games that we play from here to eternity. 2 and 6.
Jack and 2.
And there's a 2.
Next is Queen and 9.
5 and 7.
See?
And it's your favorite. It's your favorite 7.
It's a shit area. Damn it.
10 for Shani. And they get a 4.
Alright, well, it works out, I guess.
Alright, so...
Are you gonna shoot something?
I am. I'm just trying to figure out if we want to blast the head or separate the head. Sugar, can we separate the head with this shot?
There is a lot of spine between you and it right now.
Shoot the spine.
You can shoot the top of the head, or you can try to shoot through more spine.
Shoot through more spine.
Okay.
Never listen to the GM.
No, I gave you 2 choices.
7
Just
again.
wanted you to choose one so I know what it's hitting.
7.
Yeah, it's huge. It's all around you. So.
That's how you roll a shitty damage.
17, so 23.
Yeah, you smash into like 4 parts of spine, like 4 different parts, and it just separates the damage up enough that you don't puncture through anything good.
Sugar, can you silence the low ammo counter?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
What'd you get?
I have a 7.
Oh, right. So Shani runs in the room and sees you covered by that.
Worst session so far is like failed rolls and successful rolls that do
it
nothing.
shouldn't be easy.
I
This
know, I
is
get it, but like, holy shit.
Final battle type
It's been
stuff.
2
going on.
hours of like roll something
So-
higher than a 4.
She runs in, sees you, and it looks like she's going to start making her way over to you to help cut you out. You can say something to her if you want. Like, speaking is a free action if you want, as she runs in the room, and you see her about to run over to you.
Ask her for Gatorade.
You got some water?
I'm super thirsty.
Shani, careful, the witchling is in here. There's something going on with this fire. I cannot figure it out.
She runs over and cuts through the darkness surrounding you. I attack the darkness.
You see an elf. You see a dog boy. Sorry. I have gray eyes.
She cuts you free.
Oh, I don't have to use my turn to break it out.
Right.
Hey.
I just have to use my turn failing at
Hey.
figuring this puzzle out again.
You should obscure the area.
Shit, I fucking at this point.
Do it.
So fuck it.
Just
I don't know what to
grenade.
do. I don't know how you blow up magic fire.
Blow up the whole fucking room. Blow up the ceiling. Blow up the walls. The bowl didn't break. Blow up Shani. Blow
So clearly
everything
the
else up.
walls will.
I don't
Yeah,
know.
you put holes through the walls with the railgun. Do you have anything that can paint this thing or make it visible? Do you have anything that can hit an area where it might be?
You don't have anything that blasts an area, do you?
I have grenades. But like, if they shoot and they don't hit anything until they reach a wall, it's not going to do anything.
Yeah, unless you hit it directly, or
Can you timer? Can you throw something in?
you can throw in timer. Or
I think
whatever
you should
else.
obscure the area.
When I can shoot at the ceiling, it would bring the ceiling down upon all of us.
you're a demolitions expert. You can bring it down in a single area.
If only you had some rope.
I do.
I'm just kidding. Don't use the rope.
I tried to lasso where it last dissipated.
If you put a
You lasso the darkness.
like looking at the ceiling, if you put a high explosive right above where the fire is, it would probably just bring down the ceiling where the fire is.
Okay, let's do that then.
All right. Roll damage.
Just damage?
Yeah, you don't.
I don't need to.
You don't need to hit the ceiling. Like I should in case there's a jam.
Ceiling.
So yeah, roll a hit just in case there's a crit fail.
I got a 5.
Okay, you hit the ceiling.
Well, that's what I was saying. I was like, technically I can roll double ones and some shit will happen.
I was just glad when I didn't have to shoot through that thing's mouth. You're like, roll damage. I'm like, perfect. I would be so mad.
So, 9.
AP.
On high explosive, 0.
On high explosive? 0?
Mm-hmm.
I don't
It's
I thought
concussive force.
frag was no AP.
None of them have AP except for the AP grenades.
Ah, okay.
This is concussive force.
Anyway, do you want to reroll that damage or leave it as is?
What? You never spend pain.
I know, well, I'm frustrated with this fucking encounter because I don't know what's going on.
What?
Nice,
There
much
you go.
better.
Well, so there's 10.
It's okay. It's,
But-
better. It's already better.
14.
So you hit the ceiling,
Oh, so what the fuck?
811.
Yeah, right.
Smashes the ceiling, which is, just this amphitheater spearing.
Maybe we should change this for. Here you go.
And it collapses down.
You've used up all the luck out of it. Give it back to me. I'll recharge the luck.
It's the one though I rolled that 25 earlier with.
Well, this was the joke with Mark. Was like, my dice suck for me, and if I give them to you guys, they're fine. It's like I recharge their luck by rolling poorly.
So the ceiling comes down in chunks, smashes down all around the fire, but you hear this like screeching wail, and and you look over and manifesting out of invisibility underneath one of these trucks is the witchling, chunks of roof is the witchling pinned down.
Set him free. You gotta help him.
Her.
He's hurt. She's hurt. You help her. Let her go. Be like, we forgive you. You should get some info out of her. Lean on that rock. I can't tell you that, though, 'cause that's not what I would do. It's been a tough session.
Alright, so as you're already gone, so it's them now. She's like screams and flails and it's like like looks over and sees both of you looking at it and like casts some magic. What's left of the flame coming through the rubble goes into her, and then she grows from a little 4-foot thing to a 10-foot thing. And just tosses off the rocks. Now there's this massive witchling in the room.
Good.
Good. That is the correct result. Oh, you fucked up.
I know that one's good. I saw it.
Ace 10.
Oh, thank God.
The worst ace.
It's okay. It's something higher
4,
than 9.
9.
It's something higher than 9.
8,
Let's get the witchling's getting a 3.
3. Call it.
Did you just say that? That's great. Boom.
Oh, rough.
I was just like, fuck.
Just the way his mother likes it.
So this time the shot's going to the top of the head of the roller coaster monster.
Oh, it ducked down on its turn.
Oh,
So
that's
you
right.
can't see that anymore. You are now just surrounded by spine. And I forgot to constrict you again, but that's all right.
Okay.
That's okay.
Can we cut through multiple pieces of the spine again?
You can
But
try.
towards the butt, so that it ignores those parts. Hopefully,
You can only, like, you don't
We
know
don't
what
know
the
where
butt
the end
is,
is?
but
Okay.
also you only have the you only have the 180-degree arc.
Did you say you don't know
I don't know
what
where the
the
butt
butt
is.
is?
I don't know
what the
where
butt is.
the butt is. So from my angle, cut through as many spine pieces as possible.
All right, you
You
put
don't know
another
what
shot
the
in.
butt is.
Those are socks. Those are shorts.
+2 because it's large, right? Alright. You've lost me now.
I don't know what you're going to say.
20. 30. 31. God damn it.
You blast, and it seems to do more damage than it did last time, but now there's so many layers going on with the spine, and it's just folded up, like where it used to be legs because it was standing. It's folded all that into a snake body now. So all of the
it's
wood,
becoming a mantle.
yeah, now it's just all like a tube of all of that of scaffolding. So you're hitting it, and just hitting so many different pieces of wood. It just you're cracking through and breaking, and then it'll just overlap that piece of spine with another piece of spine. Sugar comes through. It was honey and sugar. Sugar comes through and says, "Until it shows its head again, we might not be able to get through this with just the boom gun."
I get it. Can we call Honeycomb in for support?
If I put all power to the thrusters, or just for continuous thrust, you can't put extra power. Can't put extra power, but you can put continuous power. He should be able to lift us out of here.
No retreat.
Well, it would get you out, and then he can set you down somewhere else to fire at it.
No.
But that could irreparably damage the thrusters.
Yes. No.
We can also try using one of your pylons to pin part of the spine down. If you pull up your pylons, smash into a piece of it, put your pylon back down through it, which would stop that piece of the spine from moving, is her suggestion. Another suggestion.
Thank you for the suggestions. Silence the low ammo counter and wait for further instruction.
You all right? Okay.
So there's a big witchling standing in front of me.
Yep. Looks angry and wounded.
I'm gonna shoot it.
You should shoot it with whatever the most powerful thing that you have is.
Yeah.
Well,
That's a railgun.
I'm gonna shoot it with my railgun.
That's a pretty good powerful thing to shoot it with. Yeah!
Yeah.
Dang! Oh, it's a 2 out of 20.
Dang!
I was like, yeah! Oh.
Yeah.
Also shat.
Dang, that's 2 strikes.
Technically I have a 1 on the wild die and 1 on one of the...
Jam.
Even though the other 2 were...
They still hit,
Yeah.
but you also still suffer.
so 2 successes and a jam.
Yep.
Yeah. Those 2 7s and the 2 just doesn't count for anything. And then
Those are both with raises because it's larger than you.
Okay.
Burp.
So the jam we'll figure out later, right?
Yeah, the jam
I'll
will
do the-
stop your gun for a minute. I mean, well, I'll roll to see how bad it is in a second. But let's get your damage. See what you do to this witchling.
Both shots are with raises. Well, there's 9, 15, 19 for one shot.
Yes.
AP is 6.
Tastes like success.
And then there's 11. Well, crap.
It's got a plus.
What'd I say? Yeah. So the 11 is actually a 15. The 19 was actually 20.
23. Was it plus 4?
3 or 2?
Plus 4.
Oh, so it's 23.
23.
Yeah.
Yes.
So
that tastes like success.
23 and a 15.
So
The horrible.
what happened was, Shani ran in, cut you free. You blew off the ceiling, slammed down on top of her. She gets, in her frustration, makes herself grow and is like, kind of come down on you in a way that these witchlings probably shouldn't. And you just go, and your gun jams, but you just see just 2 holes go through that thing. Black viscous blood pours out of her, splatters the back of the interior of the room, what's left of it. and it just like and kind of like crumples and starts to fizzle and melt into a big black goo into the center bowl through the rubble. And that's when a thundering sound issues forth from the center chamber, and everything in here kind of warps, like even the stones and bricks seem to separate from themselves.
Makes that sound.
So that was you?
I think it's Thor and Doctor Strange, actually.
Yeah.
The thunder and then the warping of the room. That's it.
Shani is holding her action. Like, she doesn't know what to do. She's looking at that door and looking at you. The bricks completely separate themselves out, and so like the rooms are just kind of dissipating. Like, they're just no gravity in this room anymore. The stones are shattered and they're floating through, which opens up the other two rooms. And out of where the main room was, now this is just kind of opening up to a field of floating rocks, and through it the shifter comes floating out. He screams, which you assume is the witchling's name, which is Asmolus. Asmolus, you will pay for all you have taken from me, dog.
I should say my name's not Asmolus.
He's floating out. He's got a shield around him, whole bunch of magical wards in place. More so, in the other two rooms, one has a neuron beast, which looks like an exposed nerve, essentially. It's got all these tendrils that it just floats on. Long, hooked claws with spikes that come out of its head. They are impressive, to be sure, and terrifying for what they can do to your mind. In the other room is this... you recognize the substance it's made out of. It's the blood people that were in that Aztec village, but it's all conglomerated into one horrific blood golem-like thing.
So it's coagulated.
Yes.
Fuck, dude, I'm still dealing with Coastersaurus.
Also, I would say something more like, I just fucked your ass, Melissa. I'm about to fuck you up, too.
Your one-liner game is strong. +3 to charisma when talking shit.
That's a neuron beast.
No.
So,
No
show that to the audience at home. That's on one side. The blood golem is on the other side. The shifter's in the middle. You're outside. It's 10 o'clock.
Here I am, stuck in the middle with you. I start singing that to Shani.
So, next week, perhaps the exciting conclusion.
Perhaps.
Thanks for joining us. Tomorrow we start our D&D campaign, which is going to be in the Forgotten Realms, and it's going to add Nabicus, who you guys know and love from the chat. Please tune in. It's going to be a little bit later. It's not going to start at 7. It's going to be starting around 9. 9 p.m. Mountain. At the
Arizona.
It's Arizona time, which is currently aligned with Mountain. Because we don't do that whole changing thing. Just everyone else change around us. Arizona, goddammit.
Us in Hawaii. Fuck everybody else.
Yeah. So, please tune in. We'd like to have you here. Thank you, and good night. Should I do the D&D? The D&D preview?
Let's look at
I don't know if I can just switch. We'll see if this works.
Hey!
Don't know if that worked or not, but...
What's supposed to go in that little square over
Okay,
there?
so... I hope that's going. So what the square is what the square is an image slideshow, so I can just feed pictures in there.
Oh, so it
And
could be
it'll
like
show
us or the area or like something we found.
Right, whatever, like maps. So I can.
Give us a preview of something pornographic.
Don't do that.
Hold on. D&D. Nameplate. Wileyverse logo, cams.
I feel this session made me very tired.
Feature.
Like, holy crap.
Oh, there it is. Yep. So,
it's the Sword
that's
Coast.
that's the Sword Coast map. So, like, I can start feeding images into there, and even making them.
What?
This is where we are. So, at this moment, boop, it disappears, and no one can see it.
Perfect.
But I do need to add this in.
I guess you're our half-orc priest.
I am.
So,
How'd you guess?
You guys are going to start all
because there
knowing.
was over-description of the character.
All of you have the same thing.
I'm just joking. No, I mean, like, when we find you, you'll be like, oh, you see a half-orc.
Oh, no, you all know each
He's got
other.
a little bit of hair. One of the ends of his hair colored purple, and his shoes are goldly ornate.
You're all starting together already. So
I'm sure it's fine.
no, but I can add a tablet or basically a screen view that would have that if I had a thing that I could draw on. This OBS I can add views of my desktop or any program that I have open, so I can like literally bring up a browser and have that showing here in a little window and bring up whatever I wanted in it, that kind of stuff. So, but yeah, and we'll test around and play with the formats later on if we want to do more other stuff with it. But all right, that's what we're going to be doing tomorrow. Wileyverse D&D. Tune in.
You should still stick around for Wileyverse Riffs, though.
Yeah, please stick around for Wileyverse Riffs. All right, good night. We will see you tomorrow.